Alright.
So, it's been a while, y'all.
A little bit.
Let's have a recap.
Okay.
Dragon's dead.
I'll recap just a little bit before. Basically, a dragon, apparently red, led a heist on a bank in the Citadel, dwarven mountain capital over here on this, what is it? The east side of the map. We witnessed it. We joined the volunteer militia that went out to fight it. Ended up being officers in the militia because we passed the competency combat test with flying colors. Went out, dealt with certain things in the dragon's den, and discovered inside that the dragon wasn't actually red. There were red veins covering some sort of metallic shade. I believe it turned out to be, what was it, a bronze dragon?
Copper.
Copper. Okay. No, I wrote down brass. I wrote down brass dragon at the end of my notes.
Brass.
Yeah, my bad. Anyway, the Fane shut down because...
It was brass, right?
Yep, the Fane shut down because there was word that the dragon would corrupt them as they, when they booted up in the middle of the fight. And at the end of the first part of the dragon fight, we saw those red veins go black with the, as the Ix kind of took over and conjured themselves up out of the body when Ash brought it down. Only the Fane touched, which was pretty much our party, could see it. But we got it taken care of because Caius was able to stun it miraculously, and Xenia took it out with spiritual weapon. So in the meantime, we've moved on to kind of looting the den. They separated out what was actually the stuff that belonged to that bank and needs to be returned. We got all of our shares. We paid our squads fairly well. And in the meantime, we're kind of taking care of looting the bodies. We've so far gotten the flame sacks and sleep sack from the dragon itself. And we need to remember to harvest tails from the wyverns and scales from the dragon because of plans. So I believe that is about where we are. We went out, we announced, well, the prince, Ronir with us, announced that it was dead, it was done. And I think last we left off, the party was pretty much being carried around and tossed in the air by their squads and so on and so forth. So, yeah, that's where we are.
Right. So, from where you guys left off, we basically ended, I believe, outside the cave. If there's anything you guys want to do while there, say so now.
Because Esther's the one with the survival, right?
Yeah.
I believe.
Esther was the one who was doing all the salvage work.
Yeah, good.
Opening it up now.
Yeah.
Are we gonna deal with that, like, next session?
Oh, let's take care of it now. I can roll
That's
it.
here, or...
I can get into the party loot bag and I'll just put whatever we get there. I'm pretty sure that's where we were. Yep, that's where we were putting it before. We've got 8 wyvern tails. And
Yeah, that was easy enough.
we just counted the one adult brass dragon corpse. So
But we did want some of the red dragon scales as well.
yeah, we did.
I pulled a tie and opened Roslyn sheets rather than Esther, so give me a second.
Awesome. Well, if we want like someone with a better survival modifier, because I think Esther only has a +2.
I know
There's
Xenia's
a
a pretty
+2,
good
Ash has a +2.
Xenia has a +4.
Okay,
It's wisdom
well,
based.
Xenia. Let's just have Xenia do it. I'm sorry, Conrad.
And Xenia can guide themselves too, right?
Yep, I got.
Don't forget that. So yeah, if we're gonna try and get scales off, then I'll just mark off however much we end up with on the party loot anyway.
Oh, roll 20 does not want to open that sheet.
I don't
Great.
think you have to worry about opening Esther's sheet.
True, but to be able to see numbers, I do.
I suppose.
Because roll 20 crashed.
Oh no!
no!
I know
It's back.
Okay.
It's back.
Okay,
I
okay.
know she has a +2
He's
to
just not
wisdom.
responding for a second.
Yeah.
20 oofed for a moment.
I'm just gonna leave it open in case I need it later, so not to deal with that again. Who the fuck wrote Castle Yeet on the map?
Probably Sky.
I mean,
That
take
makes
a
sense.
Take a wild
stab.
fucking guess.
I'm glad that was universally agreed. Moving on.
Every recording she says Yeet, we even knew.
Yes.
I cannot tell you the silent catharsis I had at it not happening this time.
Oh, she's gonna come in next time with a vengeance if she hears this.
Oh, she's
Oh, yeah.
going to, because I made her promise to watch the recording.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Sky.
There. We love you.
Hello, single viewer as well.
Hey, I'll be watching it later, too.
Hi, Conrad.
No, the one we don't know.
Hello, future Sky, future Conrad, and I don't know.
Hello, whoever else is fools enough to watch this shit.
Jerry.
And third, and like, I want to say like 10 years in the future, us kind of cringing.
I mean, I'm cringing now.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, look at it this way. We're having fun, okay?
Yes.
Yes.
We're
Yep.
having fun.
Yeah.
Let it be at that.
And we're cringing
But there's
at
always
that.
going to be that something.
Anyways.
Yeah, well, let's try and avoid
Hey, you
that
know.
something.
Wisdom, survival. Let's get some scales.
Yes.
Yes.
And unless anyone has proficiency, I believe she's gonna be as actually fucking you don't with Kaisha sheet, goddammit.
No.
Oh, He may have. I don't think he has proficiency, but you know.
I don't think Caius has proficiency, and even if he, like,
At this
You know,
I
point,
don't think Caius is that high on
I
wisdom.
have a +2 at least for the AC, because I know at least that I'd hopefully be like his second or
Yeah, 'cause
third
he's, not,
best.
he's not rocking like a 19 or AC or anything.
Yeah, he's got a +3.
Does he have proficiency?
Yeah, still not worth it, just checking.
Alrighty.
Alright, so roll for scales.
Rolls is
don't
how many
Okay.
rolls are they doing? Because there's a multitude of red dragon corpses, right?
Yep, I was gonna ask real quick. Ty, what are the odds you have your squad's sheet open? If they have survival, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Let me check, because that'll open quickly.
Actually, let me go ahead and check mine. I kind of doubt it, but they work with
Same
their
here.
hands. They're technicals.
Conrad, yes.
Yep.
Wait,
So-
does the advantage button work on this sheet? I think so.
Yeah, it was Harkness that didn't work, I think.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead,
don't know.
Just get a
Yeah,
few
no.
of them to help you out, not the whole shebang. We don't need like them being like, oh hey, all of us help, so all of us get something.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's they're just assisting you, basically. So go ahead and roll 2 checks with advantage, because there were 4 red dragons.
Okay, guidance on both of them.
You said guidance on both of them, and I just instinctively did a thumbs up, even though nobody can see it.
It's okay, I talk with my hands most sessions.
Me too.
So one of them's a 22, and the other one's a 15.
Alright, so you're looking for scales, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you get a lot of like the breast scales off, the ones that are large and easy to handle.
Mhm.
A couple of them break and shatter. Once you get starting to work on the ones around the joints on the arms and the legs, you try to do it like you're descaling a fish, and it just doesn't work. The scales just crumble under the weapons. But-
He's like mumbling
Let's
to
look at this.
themselves. They're just like mumbling to themselves, okay, noted, reptiles are different than fish.
She might
Says-
yell over, just like, if you find any bolts in one piece.
They would be non-magical at this point, but yeah, you can recover some. Yeah, so you can go ahead and recover 4 dragons. Math's hard. 60 pounds of red dragon scales, and 80 pounds of crushed red dragon scales.
Dragon dust.
Oh, that could be enchanting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have it.
Can we maybe go for some dragon leather too?
I was about to ask that.
Or I mean, like the
So
Hide?
the process of descaling does greatly lower the value of hide, because a lot of it is due to the scales.
Alright.
You would be able to get some. It wouldn't be very high quality, but it'd be
well,
functional.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah, like how like there's a lot of red dragons in there.
Yeah. Again, you could get some.
Could we have saved one? Like, just Red Dragon, just for absolutely for
I'll
the more leather.
say by the time they got to this one, y'all were like, oh, hold up a second. So yeah, for the last one, go ahead and roll another advantage survival check. Go ahead and guidance too.
Does that
Yeah, 'cause-
reduce the number of pounds of crushed red dragon scales?
Yeah, it's going to, but I'll get to that after. So what do you guys do?
Yeah, just I'll adjust the number when you're ready.
Okay. So go ahead and subtract 25 pounds of crushed and 10 pounds of full scales. Would you go ahead and get like a call it a roll of average quality red dragon hide?
Got it.
God, we're monster hunting the shit out of this. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm feeling some old, feeling some of that.
Hey, this is like my favorite part of it. Okay, so
We still, for the record, have one Aquarius in our party loot.
Good.
and one corpse of a dragon.
Yep. And insect repellent as incense, apparently.
I remember that.
Did I put that one in there?
Must have-
I know. I
did.
think it might have been Ashton.
No, I know Xenia had
Ash
insect
has all
repellent
his-
incense.
Okay.
You know, it,
But you had Oni
yeah, I
Roll.
think
That's what it was.
like wacky utility belt. I think someone else bought some when he got some.
Yes, right. I think I was thinking of the Oni repellent though.
Insect
Which again,
repellent, he has
which is still just
antitoxin, he has
better.
holy oil, he has holy water, he has untested Oni repellent, which is now tested, and he has a truth serum.
Dear
All things important you should remember.
Yes.
I just need shark repellent.
That's called your crossbow.
We haven't had a need for it yet. The only shark we've run across turned out to be Ashton himself.
Seen
Holy
the
water.
old
That is
Batman
actually true.
cartoon where he literally has shark repellent.
There's an alternate universe where instead of roaming around inland, we're out on the sea, and that Ashton definitely has shark repellent. There's a pirate AU.
And he has an eye patch too. Moving on. Didn't think that was woman's land, but fair enough.
The mental image, sorry.
Oh god, I mentioned with like the red and white bandana and like the blue and white shirt. Anyways,
No.
Oh,
No, he'd have
Sorry,
that
just-
long coat.
oh god, he would. He'd be no beard.
Maybe a beard. I was gonna
No,
go
he-
the opposite direction. He actually like grew out the scruff a little bit.
Scruff beard. Okay,
Okay.
so, oh, there we have a John.
Oh,
That's
there's a
like a beard.
John.
Hello?
So,
Hello.
Ashto's now a pirate.
Oh, lovely.
He has an eye patch and everything.
Scruff
Oh,
beard.
nice.
We took a boat.
We're monster hunting the shit out of the dragons.
Good.
You can rewatch the first little bit of the recording when it goes up, probably tomorrow, and you'll see what we were talking about right before you jumped on.
Of course.
So okay.
Let's jump on roll 20 now.
Oh, there's a number of oceanic repellents. Okay, that's for later. Anyways, so yeah, you guys do your work. Any other creatures that you wish to do stuff from, or
Somebody
please
talked
hold. I'm
about...
getting a phone call.
Of course. Anyway,
Number 4.
Devin, you mentioned... Was it you or someone else who mentioned the hippogriff feathers? I think it was you, but you were talking about bolts and it wasn't gonna work so well.
Yes, but that was still an option.
Okay.
Yeah, we could make arrows. Xenia does have a bow.
Magical quills. I don't know.
Should we get dragon's blood?
We've got an entire corpse.
Okay,
It's brass.
that's
Yeah.
true.
No one wants to be a half dragon.
Well, if we need a weird ass potion.
Never know.
Now imagine Red Dragon's blood's probably pretty nice for the alchemist lady,
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
especially since she's like recently low on fire repellent.
Yeah.
Resistance.
Alchemy, potentially also the enchanting once I get there. So yeah.
Yeah,
Dragons-
maybe like
Mhm.
the blood could give like a weird resistance or something. I don't know. My brain is in Monster Hunter mode right now.
Well, no. Also, just I imagine making Dragon Slayer bolts is easier when you have dragon blood.
Yeah.
worth a test. Anyway. Yeah, so basically, John, we have not gotten too far in. We're still, as was said, monster huntering up the dragon bodies.
Dragon.
We're still at the cave, maybe just outside of it. I don't know if you're out. Caius
Caius
out
is
there.
probably still being jolly good fellowed off.
Yeah. Probably.
Caius is crowd surfing on the militia.
Of course he is.
Turn you up just a little bit. You're a little quiet there.
Yeah.
So Hippogriff.
Hippogriff.
We get some feathers?
Probably.
Right here.
I think he's still on the phone. Or should we get the entire hippogriff hide?
I don't imagine you can do too much with it. It would probably be defeathered before it could be cured for any kind of leather anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Is Hippogriff meat any good?
I have no idea. Rosalind would have no idea. That sounds like a question Ashta might have an inkling of.
Pluck
Yeah.
the hippogriff
Well,
like a chicken.
I need the GM for that.
I know.
And, oh, what else? And Hippogriff meat for food for, Beerus.
Possibly.
Yeah.
I figured since we've already fought them, it's safe to look them up, so I am now looking for the hippogriff in here, just in case. I doubt that the monster manual says anything about whether they're good to eat or not, but, you know, you never know. Let's see. Reclusive, omnivorous, Dragons, griffins, and wyverns have a taste for hippogriff meat and frequently prey on these creatures, which is, odd and miraculous that they were around for this, but okay. Hippogriff raised in
But if that's
captivity
the case,
can be trained to be a faithful companion and mount. Of all the creatures that can serve as flying mounts, hippogriffs are amongst the easiest to train and the most loyal once trained properly. So, any chance of us finding the hippogriff young anywhere?
yeah,
I mean, it certainly is possible.
Oh, there's Conrad.
There he is. There's the DM.
Sorry, I hung up and then I immediately sneezed so hard I kicked myself in the face. Don't worry about that.
Oh,
Impressive.
That's impressive.
wow.
So-
Yeah,
Anyway.
you know how I always sit with like my knees at the height of my face? Yeah, that.
On.
Ouch.
What is with you and sneezing?
Anyways,
Okay. Anyways, we were first
dude, my
talking
nose
about-
has the force of an antimatter rifle.
I think I think the action of sneezing does your body more harm than good on average.
Oh, trust me, I'm aware. Anyways,
First we were discussing hippogriff feathers and uses thereof, and potentially hippogriff hide. Maybe whether hippogriff meat is edible for humanoids.
it's edible.
Yeah,
It's probably not very tasty.
edible for apparently dragons, griffins, and wyverns.
Yep.
But yeah, and then my mind went to hippogriff babies and adopt everything, of course.
I mean, can we...
Wow, we're really monster hunting it up, aren't we?
Well, I was gonna say, if we want to go full monster hunter, can we go and check and make sure there's not any, like, female hippogriffs with, like, any eggs
They
in
don't.
them?
They don't hatch
mean-
eggs. They
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 don't?
have live young. Blah, blah, I can't speak.
There's a lot of dead hippogriffs.
Yeah.
No.
We're not giving a hippogriff a C-section. Please
Yeah,
no.
I
No.
think it's too late by now.
I'm glad you said it, so I didn't have to.
I don't want to do any.
Oh.
Let's get some feathers or some hide or some.
I'm just gonna kind of sit down and have Thorn do a perception sweep of the entire cave complex. I'm also
Yeah.
very curious about that
Good
bed we came
idea.
across, so, while they're butchering hippogriffs, Rosalind and Thorn might wander off a little bit. I'm not going far, don't worry.
Oh, there's the map.
There it
Yep,
is.
just want to see which one you're talking about.
Let's see.
Over
It's,
here.
yeah, number 5.
Okay.
There was that weird chamber, there was a bed inside. Also, number 6 had a bed. So basically, Rosalind and Thorn are going to do a quick sweep of Pretty much any of these areas that might have been storage or living quarters or whatever else, and just perception, investigate whatever it takes.
Alright, either give me a roll each, or give me someone with a helped perception.
Thorn is just gonna do outright advantage perception because of keen senses, so...
Ashel will kind of follow after too. He's not too like the survivalists are Xenia and Esther, so.
Mostly Xenia, but yeah.
Yeah.
But he's good at like. If does Rosalind make it aware that she's kind of like checking for secret stuff?
Probably because...
This probably would have been earlier when you guys were still looking around for gold, that kind of stuff, so it's reasonable to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he's got investigation and perception, so.
Anyway, that's Thorn.
Does Rosalind have proficiency?
No. She doesn't
Alright,
even have
then
a high...
she'll just do a regular.
She doesn't have a high perception as a roll bonus. She has a high passive because of her observant feat.
Okay.
So,
Then-
yeah, if she's deliberately searching at sea, it's not going to be anywhere near that good. Yeah, that's Rosalind. So Thorn had a 14.
I mean, don't forget, I'm okay with you guys opting to use passive instead of active whenever you'd like.
Yeah. In that
But
case,
you've rolled, so you've rolled.
yeah, she would probably use it any time, but right now she's actively rifling, so sure.
Okay. So Thorn pretty much informs you that this place just kind of smells like people.
Yeah.
Ashta, you find some weird shit in the antechamber, which I believe was number
Okay.
6. Rifling through the kind of desk drawers beneath the bed, inside the pillows. Inside the pillow, you find a rolled up scroll.
He'll kind of slowly and carefully unroll it.
Okay. And I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, bugger.
Oh no.
Oh no.
7.
Ash just like,
Sorry?
I'm in
Come on,
tears.
Hannah.
Rosalind's right there.
Rosalind is, yeah, probably on the other side, looking at a wall.
Okay. So, you open it up.
Ash did an oopsie.
Seems to be some kind of text in a language you've never seen before.
And like blinks at it. Looks over. We made a save at all or anything? Like
No,
the field
no.
affects
You
magic
just,
at all?
you just opened up a scroll. Weird text written inside. Doesn't look like draconic. Doesn't look like anything.
She'll look over and just. Rosalind, do you know what this says?
In all likelihood, one moment. She'll cross the room. Where did
Yep.
you find this?
The book. Sorry, not the book. In the pillowcase.
Rosalind will take a look.
Alright, give me a quick second to check my notes. No save for you, don't worry.
Okay! I was ready to click. Alright then.
Alright, do me a favor and just click the text for how your understanding languages thing works.
Okay. 1 second, I'm scrolling down. It's, oh heck, where did I write it? Not that far down. There it is. It just flat out says you can read all writing.
Okay,
So... I think
just thinking.
I copied that straight from the book.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Just wanted to check. So first of all, you've never seen this language before. And upon reading it, it's... Think like reading Shakespearean English as a 6-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you understand that the words are words, and they're words you vaguely understand. You have no idea what the message is trying to convey, though.
Okay. 1 second. Does, I want to see if this helps at all while I scroll for my various, feats and so forth, and does that help in any way her linguist, feat background? thing. She's
Doesn't
arguably good with
doesn't seem to be.
ciphers.
So it doesn't seem to be exactly a cipher.
Okay.
That being said, it is definitely a complex way of saying something that is probably much simpler than the text would normally suggest.
Add ramblings,
It's-
and of the only the person who knows it really knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, it's like someone vomited up a thesaurus while trying to ask for a sandwich.
One of those.
She's,
Okay.
she's gonna close her eyes, and if it's really that difficult to parse, she's just gonna call up.
I mean, you can
thing
make
in her
you can
head.
make an intelligence check versus it if you'd like.
I'll try that first, but if it fails, she is going to call on the Fane. Yeah, no, she's not parsing anything on a 4. She's not going to look directly at the scroll just because she's just going to, like I said, shut her eyes, call up the Fane, ask, is it safe?
And they kind of like go around they mentally like pass over the image and they kind of almost like start to slow down as they read it and like buffer. And they're kind of just like it's words. I think. I don't. We're not sure why we feel this way, though. Maybe we shouldn't touch it.
Alright, go ahead and quiet back down. Thank you.
Alright.
Then she'll open her eyes and tell Ash to don't let the Fane touch this, I suppose. They're lethargic, thinking about it.
He kind of like immediately kind of like grabs it and rolls it up and sticks it like he'll take the pillowcase off the pillow and just like put it in there.
But I would like to keep it with us.
I agree, but
It might have some answers for what we faced in there.
use the word lethargy and that just brings up bad memories.
I know. We'll be careful. But I would like to study that further later on.
Careful, be very careful.
What do you take
That
me
thing had
for?
X in it.
Of course I'll be careful.
Who do you think I am? Caius?
He just got sighs. Just I didn't mean it like that. Just
I know.
it.
You are a perpetual worrywart, and I don't know that you'll ever change.
When it's to all of you, I guess. Maybe.
Come on, I remember another chamber with a bed. You can hold on to that if you'd like.
He just kind of like hangs it from the, like holds it hanging from the sack.
Who do you
Alright.
suppose stayed here? I suppose if the dragon was metallic, perhaps it could change shape. I swear I remember hearing stories and songs.
Take up human form.
Maybe. But I'm not sure about that. And why would a single dragon need 2 chambers anyway? I half wonder if somebody else was here as well once.
Maybe whatever infected it with that.
Perhaps. Or it was infected another way, and whoever was here was lost or left.
I
We can't really know. Can we?
spoke. No, I guess I didn't speak, but when I kind of shifted out right after the fight in the ethereal,
Mm.
hanging around until it went to pass on.
So it forgave you.
It's in fact, I think I heard something of the sort when we initially physical form, at least. It makes me think that made it like that, it wasn't of its own free will. Become as if the holder of them unusual, selfish, things like that.
You are cutting up a little bit, Devon.
Fane can become Ix if their user falls into a lower moral standing. To infect. And I think it became that of its own free will, or any poor choices it made.
Yes, it did look like a infliction or infection or whatever you'd like to call it. Those veins, I don't know. Come on, let's see if anything was left in the other place. We're gonna go poke around that room number 5, I believe, unless we were in 5 and it was 6 we were looking in.
It was in 6.
Okay, so we're gonna go look around in 5.
Okay.
And part
Real
of what-
quick, what is your passive perception?
15.
17.
Part of what I would like to look for as well is signs of what kind of being might have inhabited the rooms before. Left behind clothing, whether things were left behind or whether they were packed up and taken, any personal
Dash to make a
items?
survival check on that.
So
I guess it would be survival, but
it would be survival.
like tracking more
So
so.
go ahead
I
and
mean.
make survival.
I don't-
Or else go ahead and make investigation.
I've got a passive investigation of 17 if you want that to be a thing, or I can just roll
you can
a
use that.
+2.
It's up to you. Would you rather do the
Always,
gamble, or would you rather just go?
always the passive.
Right?
I mean, I don't trust my rolls right now.
That's fair.
I just want to go with
Is this
that.
my enemy at all?
No.
Alright. Then he'll just do a normal survival.
Okay. Yeah, looking around, you see a lot of footprints, tracks, that kind of stuff, but nothing particularly telling, especially because there seems to be a lot of traffic, a lot of wing beats going through that unsettles a lot of what you normally look to.
So a small army just recently ran through here.
Sort of, yeah. Also, as for your passive investigation, you do end up finding a small, like, set of robes, you think? Maybe closer to a shawl. It doesn't have armholes.
How small?
It would fit you pretty comfortably.
Okay.
Maybe with a bit broader shoulders.
Alright.
She might flick on his Fane for like half a second.
They flick on.
Can the influence of Ix physical objects at all?
In a manner of speaking, yes. They're naturally capable of possession of creatures of your vibration. But
I meant more so in just without thought to them.
if they have, we're unaware. We tend to avoid them as much as possible, and information on them is rather scant, other than how to avoid becoming one.
Alright.
In the meantime, I want to have Thorn give the shawl a good sniff and see if he picks up anything at all of interest.
Go ahead and roll.
There's a 15 for him.
He kind of like does the thing with the cat smelling the lemon, or licking the lemon or whatever it is, where he goes back and just he mentions it smells just awful, of something unnatural almost.
Unnatural. Unnatural how?
Kind of
Magic?
no. It's organic, but not of anything that we consider natural. Basically, it smells like some kind of creature wore it, but whatever kind of creature it was not a type he recognizes.
Alright. Ashta, do you think this is worth taking with us for any reason?
I mean, we have the space. kind of like shakes the bag of holding.
Well then, just in case, I suppose.
Do you think it? Don't want to
Do I think?
draw.
Do I think it what?
That was a pause from him.
Okay.
Sorry. Go off on wild ideas, but it's a creature that dies and is to the senses. There was writing of weird thought and odd basis that slowed down the feign. The poison. It's a long shot, but maybe a mind flayer of some sort? They're the cure to, or something from them can be used to whatever poison viruses was used before. Got something to do with Phaenix.
I wouldn't necessarily leap to the conclusion that because they inherently can cure that virus that they are related to Phaenix. But
Well, also, just, it's a
it's a thought.
smell and it's a similar effect that poison has from that paper.
It also doesn't mean that the poison was procured from them either. There could be other creatures out there, for all we know, that are in one way or another related.
Maybe. Just a thought. You're right, I shouldn't be jumping to ideas.
Hold the idea, though. Hold the thought, just in case, but don't attach yourself too firmly to it.
Just something to keep an eye out, that's all.
As long as it doesn't blind you to other possibilities. She's just gonna start stuffing the shawl into the bag.
And you do, and it easily fits, no problem. Anything else you guys would like to do, or anyone else would like to do? Caius, you're still being widely celebrated for now.
Yeah.
Caius is a jolly good fellow.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
definitely.
And he's a jolly good fellow being offered a massive amount of ale.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no. Okay, yeah,
Um,
until Ashley gets out there.
Did the wyvern's bite do poison damage, or was it just the tail?
Just a tail.
Alright.
Yeah, we already collected those.
Do you want to take any wyvern scales or leather or anything? The webbing on the wings might be worth something.
Oh, we're getting real Monster Hunter now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Maybe I want to make a wingsuit for someone, okay?
Maybe.
Just take the wing.
Just a thought, okay? Shush.
Look.
Maybe I just kind of want to see Caius just cause his way off a cliff.
That's fair.
Maybe. Maybe. Definitely. Yes.
Squirrel Man.
Yes.
It better be purple,
Sugar
though.
glider.
Otherwise, it won't match my aesthetic, and I won't do it.
Speak of which, John, why is your pointer on roll 20 not purple?
I don't know.
It's green.
It's randomized.
Fix it. Yeah, but you can change it.
Yeah, I mean, you probably didn't do it at the start of the session.
It's not randomized every day. Mine always comes up red after the first session.
Yeah, mine's always gray.
Really? I think if you
Yeah.
change it once, it's
There
always
we go.
changed or something like that.
Alright then.
No, it randomly does it at the start, and you just kind of have it. But yes, past that, I mean,
Conrad,
ask any of the dwarves if
Conrad,
there
chance of hippogriff babies.
Roll for Hippogriff Babies. D100.
God.
Yeah.
We know how this went last time. Fucking go for it.
Yes, I know.
The fact that you're doing
92!
Fuck, I hate all of you. I hate all of you so much.
Yes! You're doing it!
You're all the fucking worst, you know that?
Yes!
What was the number, Connor?
look, it's not for us, but they're gonna be on the castle.
Yes, they are. We're gonna have a hippogriff's table.
Ariel, you're so happy.
Ariel
So,
is
go ahead when they need to be introduced.
ecstatic.
Hippogriff baby's good.
Basically, they exist. If you guys find the place where they exist, I'll tell you.
Oh, come on. Fine.
That was a luck roll. I'm sorry.
Alright. I was hoping for hippogriff babies inside this lair chamber complex, but fine.
Oh, it might be. Just not in the room you're currently
Oh my god.
I told you we were gonna do a sweep of the entire thing.
Yeah,
Oh, if
let's do one last sweep before we leave.
in. There we go. Alright. Where are... Basically, each of you give me a room and give me a room.
Oh, if
Oh, God.
Xenia would
Ashel-
go-
Number 3.
Xenia got 4.
Yeah, 4 is interesting because that looks like a line of bars, like there's a cage.
It's a dip down.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So 3. And I've got Thorn with me, so... He's helping.
Give me investigation or perception, your choice.
Thorn is gonna roll perception, because with advantage, so that's 16.
She'll give a glance around too.
And 15, actually 17 investigation for Rosalind passive, as she's
Ashta,
rifling
where are
through
you investigating?
crates.
Two. Okay.
Can Xenia use passive perception 18?
Sure.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I always said you guys are always okay to use passive. Just keep in mind you can't roll 20s with that.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'd have to roll a 16 or higher to get better than my passive.
Yep, it's gambling.
Ash will do a roll.
Fuck
Alright,
it.
go ahead.
I have a +8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, I'm on advantage. Fuck. Same roll.
Please, please.
Same roll? Okay. Go ahead and add
Yeah.
a d4 too, because of course you would.
and bro.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Let me get back. Oh, roll 20.
Guys, which room are you investigating?
You could do it around the entrance. That's where he kind of is.
25.
And Rosalind
Guys, you
has,
investigating
like,
anywhere?
opened up her fame
Oh,
and
that's
she's
good, yeah.
just kind of pinging with everybody else, like, I'm just gonna go see if there's anything interesting here, and we'll just share and compare notes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh right, we can do the advantage with Fane.
Yep, for wisdom and intelligence stuff, I think.
Oh, is it? I've forgotten about that.
Any intelligence or wisdom checks?
Yeah, I
Oh, well.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no worries. Caius, you rolling or no?
I will.
Where are you rolling?
Give me a sec. Investigation, right?
Or perception. Where are you checking that first?
Perception.
Tech-
I'll check.
Technically,
What-
we
what-
don't know the outcome of these rolls we've done. We could possibly get that advantage with ancient experience, right, Conrad? You haven't told us whether we've succeeded or failed.
I don't even know which room
That's
I'm in. We're doing a
Well, where do you
just
choose to be?
place, right?
Sorry?
Wait, where are we right now?
Caius, how about you do one? Just
Yeah.
you can do one. He's currently crowd surfing out front, so he can kind of give a glance around that area.
Yeah, I'll do
Sure, just
one
wanted to know if you wanted
perception.
somewhere separate. Yeah, go ahead and make a
Yeah.
perception check. Or investigation.
Quick glance. 7.
Deb, I haven't told you results, so if anyone wants to take their advantage, go for it now.
I,
already
That second
accidentally took mine.
23.
I might go ahead and advantage and just roll investigation if, because I'd forgotten that was a thing for the Fane.
10.
Alright, each of
Yeah,
you mark
no.
off the one Fane point it costs.
Yeah, no, Rosalind got
Okay, no
lower with
problem.
that. Oh well. 13 is what she got.
Alright. Ashta. Your room too, right?
Yep.
Alright, so right there, which you're relatively sure is a toilet.
Yep.
Hiding in the bottom, you see a very young looking bird-like thing.
Fane pin goes out. Guys.
It is dirty,
Guys!
it is bloody, it is scared looking. It might be covered in shit.
Mm,
Ashta? What is it?
What?
he'll just not touching it. Just put the healing spirit right above it.
And you do. And you see the wound start to close, so you know it's alive.
Rosalind sends Thorn ahead and towards Ashta's location while she starts to follow at a more reasonable pace.
Daniel
And
start
he's-
walking too.
Yep, and Thorn starts sending you all the mental images of it curled up in the bottom there.
And that's when Rosalind starts running. Just picks up her skirts and goes.
And
Yep, Zay's got
one of your squad mates, Rosalind, actually
Bullshit.
sees you running past, and they start jogging behind you and going, "Everything all right, miss? You're running fast. You're running quick.
Should be fine. Don't worry. We just found
Are
something.
you sure?
We found.
You can just
something.
call for us if you need."
Yes. She's already gone down the hall.
Yep.
And she stops
And, yeah.
like right behind Ashta and just keeps her distance, but cranes her head to look.
Yep. Thorn's already got
Um,
his head, is sitting on top of Ash's head and is looking from a better angle.
Ashta will feign over to either Caius or Xenia, whoever's not there yet, to go
Caius.
grab one of his squad.
Yeah, Caius will grab a squad.
Yeah, they currently have you on their shoulders. So they just like hut you all the way to the
That's right.
No, one of Ash's squad, I mean.
One
Oh,
of
gotcha.
Ash's squad? Yeah, grab one of Ash's squad as well.
Right, you kind of point at them and go, "You come!" And they follow. You're like 70%.
And, yeah. Caius crowd surfs.
Yeah, that's what
Because-
crowd surf, more of like the Japanese game where you like put your friend on your shoulder. You have to like steal the hats from each other, or the
Yeah.
headbands.
Sure.
I
Sure.
forget what that's called. People
But,
cavalry, something like that. Anyways,
So who else here? Does anyone here have proficiency with animal handling?
No.
No. I have +4. Does Ash have
Ash
proficiency?
plus 3.
Ashta does not, but his squad does.
Yes.
Excellent.
That's why he grabbed one of the dwarfs.
and they head over and they kind of like crowd around you. Go, everything all right, guys?
What do you know about animals in general?
He kind of like scratches his head. He's like, I used to ride horses and mount underground and the like. Why?
All right. And he just kind of like gestures over and was kind of like unconscious currently.
You haven't seen it move, but you know it's alive, so you're not sure.
Right. Can you in there?
He kind of like squeezes past all of you and kind of looks into it and goes, "Oh, that's not a happy little child."
I don't know if it's unconscious or not, but if it's not, and it's just staying still.
If it's conscious, it's gonna bite like a bugger if you reach in for it.
That's why I'm.
I mean,
Here. And
Uh,
Rosalind's gonna pull like a small like ration or something, biscuit out of her bag and hand it over.
You get Thorn to give it a hello.
Thorn can only communicate with creatures that understand a language. I don't know how intelligent hippogriffs are. That one might be too young, even if they can.
Oh, hold on. Nope. Damn it. 1 second. I always forget that Asha has this.
Does he have speak with animals?
No, he does not, but he does have. I know it's beasts. I don't think these things are beasts.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the classification of a hippogriff?
I think it's a monstrosity.
roll a nature check.
Mm,
Regardless, I'll have Thorn try. Though
Okay.
the language thing is a limit that I've read on his sheet, so
Yeah, he sends a ping. Doesn't get a response.
no luck with Thorn.
You see the dwarf kind of like, mind handing me that biscuit?
She is holding it out for him, so yeah, she hands it to him.
He'll take it. You see him pull out like a piece of like string from his pocket and wrap it around it and basically dangle it in down because it's about 4 feet down to where it is from the lid, basically.
oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Yeah, sorry, it's a hole.
Hmm.
It's meant to store waste.
Not babies.
He dangles it down and kind of like bumps it against the thing and doesn't see it move. It says, "It's either asleep or very injured."
Do you have a pair of gloves or gauntlets?
He holds up his metal gauntlets.
That should be ample protection, even if it does wake up, right?
Well, it won't kill me if it does. He goes to like reach both hands in and gets most awake. Goes, can someone hold on to my legs?
Ash
Caius,
offers a
Ashton?
hand.
Xenu will offer.
Yeah,
Like-
you can hold on. You hold on to his legs, and he reaches in and hefts it out, and it's gross, but it's breathing.
Oh, poor thing.
When I press the digitation.
One moment. She just starts waving her hands over it and, cleany clean.
And by the time it's sparkly, you can see it's. You can see the recently closed wounds where like fur is missing, and feathers. One of its eyes is leaking some kind of pus as you clear it out. And
His
it's
stomach is
breathing
filled
very
up with
slightly,
fluid.
but it's a lot. Sorry, go ahead, John.
His stomach is filled with all sorts of fluid,
Assumedly.
assumedly.
You can't quite see
Um,
its stomach, but you can assume that.
Assume that, yeah.
Just gonna use his last yeah, he's gonna use his ooh, end any disease that's on it currently.
Okay. So you do so. The pus that was there is still there even after you clean it. You can assume it's rid of it. The spell seems to have taken hold. He kind of looks up to you guys and goes, "You pet?"
Oh, we can't exactly just leave the poor thing here, can we? She's looking right at Ashta with this look on
course
her
not.
face like,
I mean, you could. They've been known to defend themselves from a very young age. They mostly eat rats at this age, but
Shush,
Yeah.
shush, 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 shush,
he
shush.
kind of goes, "All right."
It's so
No.
small.
It's small.
Yeah.
Do they know? We rolled I think Ash rolled a decent nature check like last session or the session before with the hippogriff.
it was a while
If you
Did
can
he?
remind me what
I'm not
check
sure.
was for.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. It was something with like trying to kill them or something, but
That was pretty much to identify their nature, and that was not quite what you would need for something like this.
okay. Well, okay. He's just gonna boot up the Fane.
Yep.
He's going. Can he make a nature check? Just general information on hippogriffs,
Yeah, sure thing.
and just ask the Fane about help with hippogriffs, kind of stuff like that.
Go ahead and roll either animal handling or nature.
I'll do that. Oh, could I, could I get double advantage if my friend over there who has proficiency could help me?
You'd have to discuss with him rather than just talk to the Fane. I suppose
he-
over time you. You take like a couple minutes to
He'll
discuss.
just
it, yeah.
actively ask. Like, I mean, if
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
gonna-
Functionally, yeah. Go ahead.
all right. So, do.
mm-hmm.
See them dice.
It's a 17 total.
Suppose Zinnia gave any guidance.
He didn't ask for it.
What have I done announced before?
Yep.
Yeah. You know the very basics. The Fane do chip in with a bit of info. Primarily mentioning that, yeah, they've historically been used for mounts, but certain practices were deemed unlawful in the past few years. But it's possible to raise them as mounts, and they're loyal, valuable. Generally, they, like I said, they eat pretty much what you'd expect, either like a house cat or a rather large bird to eat.
So meat. Well, aren't they omnivores?
Yeah, that's why cats are rather large birds. It's a bit of both.
All right.
Feed them anything and they're happy. Adding to party loot, 1 baby hippogriff.
There we go. We're starting a menagerie again.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's not going to be us
Yeah.
taking them around, but we're going to get a castle soon, and
You mean
the flying
castle?
guard would be nice.
You mean like the castle you had inside of a mountain last time?
Don't know what you're talking
Sure.
about.
I
I don't know what you're talking about.
excuse me.
Conrad, you're I sense the implication that there were like Monster Hunter did not have good things or something.
Oh no, I love Monster Hunter. Just you guys know how this shit works, and I'm glad you do.
I love the addition
We
of
weren't-
live, thank you.
Thank you.
Meddling the government last time. Actually, we kind of were
Yeah,
in
you
Monster
kind of
Hunter
were.
2. We were
What?
Okay.
What's
All right.
happening?
We cannot make these comparisons until we actually befriend, like, the boss of all dragons, okay? We can't. Until that
We can-
point.
Until we make friends with Tiamat.
Let's go with Bahamut, maybe.
Yeah, Bahamut, yes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
Conrad,
Again.
Conrad lets me roll a d100 for what we would befriend, and I get a 99.
That's a
then we can-
D1000. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You don't just find Bahamut unlike Fridays. Anyway,
Yes, we do! We did the yesterday!
that's like I said, unlike Fridays.
What?
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyway,
you now have a baby hippogriff.
all
Yep.
right.
Yay. Okay,
I'm not
who's
letting you guys roll
carrying-
D100s anymore. Just you're not rolling D100s anymore, any of you.
Oh, come on.
But they're for baby.
Hilarious.
They're for menagerie.
Every time you try to roll for child, you find a child. Even when you don't try to find a child, you sometimes find a child.
So that means something.
This is
Season-
what D&D
season
was
2
made
of-
for.
Season 2 of this is going to be all your children, but they'll all be monsters.
Clearly.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god. Okay, anyway. Who's carrying the baby hippogriff?
You
Ash
stop
to-
trying.
I was going to say probably the dwarf for now.
Okay.
There's a little bit of a standoff as like 3 people reach for it and then stop.
Yeah, the dwarf kind of looks and says, "Sir, with all due respect, in case it wakes up, I should probably be the one to hold it."
Yeah, you've got the metal gloves.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a pretty fancy suit there, but more so for how to keep it from biting people. But you know, if you guys want to carry it, I'm not gonna defy orders.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, well, go ahead. Just
I'll stick with you.
don't
Don't
too
worry.
far.
So is word spread outside anything about when we'd be heading back if we're staying the night here, or...
Well, I mean, some stragglers are already starting to walk back, but you know, some people want to celebrate here. Some people want to go home to their families, tell them they're all right. It's up to your preference. By the way, sir, so kind of Ash, she goes, I think you got a bit of a nosebleed there.
Who?
Ashta.
He'll like tap his face.
Yeah, and you kind of like wipe your nose and a little bit of black blood in your hand.
Now hang on, did the rest of us not notice this?
Your perception wasn't high enough. Thankfully, the dwarf is at a much lower angle and can see up his nose.
It's
Sorry,
the
that was-
only one
actually-
who could!
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get
What?
hit?
Oh.
I don't like this.
What is it?
Like turns his hand and it's black.
That's not good.
No, definitely not good. No.
And the dwarf kind of goes, I'm sure you're fine. I mean, some of the rest of us here have similar stuff from our snot down on our blood. I mean, a lot of soot from all the fire breathing, you know? Should be alright.
Yeah, you're right. And there's the. Actually, no, there might not. He'll just kind of like tap, like give Thorn a look.
Thorn will telepathy. He knows what
Yep,
the look
and-
means. What is it?
And just tell everyone he's not right. And just out loud, yeah, I'm probably overreacting.
Senior will just communicate with the Fane. Do you think it's magic?
I don't remember anything hitting you in the face. Ashta, was there anything... Do the Fane remember anything?
Ash just gonna turn on the Fane.
We kind of just go like, I'm not sure. I mean, we can give ourselves a diagnostic, but it'll take a bit of time.
Do so.
Alright, you may want to keep from using us to communicate, and using us at all for a while, just in case.
Thinking. And he'll again look at Thorn.
Yep.
And go, going Fane offline for now.
Alright.
Xenia's gonna say out loud, I'm gonna go get Esther.
Alright. How many Fane points do you have left?
Me?
Yeah.
I believe 5.
Okay.
Okay, question. Fane points go up with level, right?
Yes.
Oh, bugger.
I've not been keeping track of that.
Yes. They always match your
Down.
level. Okay, so you'd be at 8. Well, I'm pretty sure you used it also to block some psychic damage previously.
No, it was
No, that was
discussed,
Caius.
but
That was Caius? Okay.
I thought it was discussed, but it was like the Ix was the one doing it, so bad idea.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
think that-
Something like that, yeah.
It was something or other, but I did not. Psychic
Yep,
damage.
okay. So yeah, 2 down. Good to know.
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys, for now, head out. You find Esther. She's kind of just being with her men, talking with them, discussing magic.
Esther has Identify, right?
Yep.
Okay, Xenia's just gonna like go up to her and just be like, once we're all sort of on our own, maybe we need to check out Ashta.
She kind of nods and then notices the baby hippogriff.
Also,
It goes to love
that.
the baby hippogriff.
We may...
be careful!
Uh,
Teeth!
It's,
Teeth.
unconscious. That it might not be happy when it wakes. Also, we may need to speak with, Paris before we introduce the two.
Need to sort of wean them
Just to make
to
sure
each
that
other.
he's alright with a new roommate.
She's barely paying attention.
For later, then. Should
Maybe we
we
can sort of
start to head back, or does everybody want to stay here a little bit longer?
We can head back.
Alright. Rosalind's gonna see if she can find Prince Ronir in this area if he's already started back himself.
Yeah, he's sticking around for a while, but if you guys mention you're gonna head back, he'll kind of say like, "You should probably go back too, considering you're his best officers, and having guards around is generally good."
Yes. I know it's a long walk back and everybody's probably tired, but... Well, it's either camp on the mountainside or take a walk and be that much sooner to warmer beds.
And he mentions that each of them can make their own choice too. Don't worry about it. They're grown dwarves, mostly.
Fully capable.
Don't be surprised if you get a bit harried for attention on your way back, though.
I'm sure we can handle it. But thank you.
Yeah, figure the warning's worth it. Kind of looks at Ashton and goes, "You're a bit pale there. You all right?"
Fine.
Stage
Have
fright.
you have you had any nosebleeds recently?
Sorry, any
Nosebleeds?
kind of goes.
It's not red.
I mean, mine are always a bit strange. My blood's a bit more to the green side, but nothing out of the usual. I haven't got a nosebleed in a couple of years, though. Is this,
Alright.
something I should be looking out for?
Just with the interaction, with the any kind of like around your eyes and things like that.
That's fair. I'll make sure I get some uh, more knowledgeable kind to take a look at me once I get back. And you guys too, if you'd like. We have pretty good knowledge of how things work around here. Then again, that thing did seem a bit otherworldly.
Yeah, I should be going.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll walk with you folks. Heard something about a hippogriff? And kind of begins discussing on the way back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you guys spend the walk back in relative states of anxiety, but nothing particularly irksome happens on the way back. You get back to the Citadel, and it's a party. People are celebrating the eve after a great successful battle, basically, and the bank is very happy to have their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, full-on party, or is it just like the precursor and they're winding up?
Oh, a bit of time is given for people to arrive, but you can see the direction it's going, and it's going to be a full-blown dwarven bash.
Alright, by full-blown dwarven bash. Does that mean, like, through the night into the next day, or is just tonight?
Through the night into
Because
the week.
Rosalind is going to take part in this, and she doesn't want to miss the opportunity.
Roll
Through the
for
night into the
history.
week.
Alright, does knowing the language help at all, because language and culture are pretty intertwined?
Not particularly in this case.
Alright, then. That is a 12.
12. Why am I not? I am scrolled up. That's why I'm not seeing anything. You would know if there's at least one story of after the Arcanists basically got power that, very similar to the after World War II legend about Russia, the dwarves drank all the ale in the Citadel.
It'll
And
take
it
them
took-
some time.
Yep, and it took a week.
Alright, it is on the upswing. Rosalind will inform them that they, if a story is anything to go by, they might be just gearing up and it could carry on for a while. If we want to, we could rest and then take part in festivities tomorrow. I'm sure they'll still be ongoing.
I think I'll need some rest, and I feel like we should.
I wouldn't mind some rest and a chance to clean up myself, but
Is Ashley getting like visibly worse?
No, not particularly. The nosebleed stopped after he wiped the one bit away.
Okay.
and it was probably
Asha, though-
best for him.
Actually, the Fane also informed you that they're probably going to take most of the night to do the diagnostic just to be thorough.
He kind of goes, okay, but if you even start to suspect something, let me know.
All right, let's go and
We'll just relay that to the party as well.
set up the hut. Let everybody in there know that things are well. Did the hippogriff wake up at all during the walk back?
If it did, the dwarf didn't, the dwarf and Esther didn't mention it.
Okay.
They seem to be doing their best to make sure it's got like a bundle to be wrapped in, something to
All right.
basically keep.
As long as somebody still has care of it, then, and we'll know.
Yep.
So yeah, let's go ahead and do the thing. Let Aquarius and Pyrrhus know everything's okay. We're back in the dwarven place. Esther can spend some time with them.
Yep, she probably is going to.
Yep.
Once you guys are in private enough to get in there.
Yep. And I guess the rest of us are gonna go and rest for the night. Take.
Zia's gonna. Before we sort of separate from Esther, Zia's gonna stop and just go. Ashley, do you think it's okay if Esther does the identify thing on you. I'm getting paranoid.
That if there's a threat there, then one minor threat of not being thorough about what it is. Just tell her. She has to make sure her feigns off.
All right.
Detected huddling. I don't know. He's kind of
Right,
just
yeah.
like look. He's just kind of looking at his own hand and just, just and like nervous spot.
Tina will sort of just grab his arm, and because I've been wanting to do this since we walked, Tina will just be like, I caution. Yep.
That's fair.
He just kind of sighs and just. Even though I don't like her magic that much.
This wasn't her, this is me. It may come from her, but this is me. We need to figure out what's going on.
Right.
Well, Esther, do you want to give it a check?
Should go ahead and cast Identify. Other than the effect of Death Ward, doesn't come up with anything. I
Alright.
still think it's the only spell affecting you.
I mean, he's got his enchantments too, but
But only the stuff that you'd expect from that situation.
Mhm.
So, what are you guys doing?
Do we still have a place to stay?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Most of your soldiers have offered you places to stay. You still have the one family if you'd like to. Prince Ronier has offered, basically, pick an inn,
Guys,
he'll
don't
pay for
stay
it.
with the Squad.
I'm willing to stay with that one dwarven family if they're willing to have us.
They'll
prefer if
definitely take you guys.
prefer if we all stuck together, or at least all of you did. Maybe I should go away.
No, you stay with us. Listen, if something does go wrong, I'd rather be there. And I know you see it very differently, but we can help if we're there. We can't if you've gone off to huddle in some corner.
Maybe if it's magic or something, but if it's just a corrupting being of thought or
Thorn will keep an eye on you, won't you, Thorn?
He kind of just makes a grockling sound and basically bobs his head up and down.
There's always Rayla as well.
Mhm.
As a note, she is just asleep inside your armor because she doesn't have an easy way to get out right now.
In that case, he might just kind of undo a strap or two.
Yep, and you look down and she's unconscious in your pocket.
Doing tiny snore.
Yep. It's kind of like SpongeBob
And
enough.
he, like, bubble-
Oh no. As far as I'm concerned, you're coming with us and the case is closed.
Fine.
Oof.
Excellent. She's gonna start walking towards the home they stayed in before.
Yep, and you come back and they see you and it's kind of just like the, oh my god! And it's just, they're happy. And they're welcoming you in and there's dinner already waiting for you. One of the older men in the family kind of like hobbles over to you guys and asks you to undo any armor so you can clean up any wounds you might have. And when they see the house griffin, or the house griffin, the hippogriff, damn it.
Same thing at this point.
So bad. The young girl who had been giving you guys shit before, she kind of looks at it and goes, "Is that a new pet?
It's something. We're not sure yet.
Can I hold it?"
We're not sure. I don't think it's woken up yet, and it might be very displeased when it does.
Yeah, so is my brother.
Does your brother have claws and a very sharp beak?
He did at one time. He's a druid. They're weird. Can I hold it?
Let's see what your dad has to say about that first.
He is busy, trying to force Esther, to basically offer her hand in marriage to someone in the family. It's a whole strange situation.
Yikes!
No! No!
He looks like he's very drunk.
Oh my god! On second thought, I'm going to go and, ask your mother, and she's gonna go over and try to rescue Esther.
Yeah, Caius is playing designated concerned uncle.
Yep. And he's taking it pretty well, but he's like, oh, just if you ever want, like that kind of thing.
Listen,
I'm
man,
sure
I
that
don't think
she'll-
yeah.
I'm sure she'll give your offer due consideration, but do understand
Yeah.
that it's quite a
She
thing
needs
to
time to
rush
think it
into.
over. She's
Caius.
yeah. Like both Rosalind and Caius are just like, yeah, no. Basically.
Hey, Rosalind knows how to handle this diplomatically.
Caius is a decent talker. He's not like completely inept at that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's enough to get him to go, and he goes, oh, you mentioned something about a hippogriff?
Yes, we,
Yeah,
found a
what
young
is
one, brought it back. It's still asleep. Your daughter is very interested in holding it, but we're not sure.
Let her hold it. Worst comes to worst, you guys can help her, right?
I think I would prefer a second opinion.
I am the second opinion.
He's the same opinion.
Third opinion, no.
Oh god.
And you look back and you see she's like currently like reaching up to Esther, like trying to grab the hippogriff out of her hands.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Alright, where's the girl's mom?
You turn around and she kind of like waves at you guys.
Rosalind will kind of go over and fill her in on the situation, and
Yeah, and you would know she only speaks Dwarvish.
yeah, I can speak
This one?
Dwarvish.
Yep, so she'll kind of say like, oh, I mean, as long as one of the older boys watch them, she'll be fine. She's
As long as
scary
you're,
and tough sometimes.
as long as you're all right with it. And then she'll go back and say, it can be allowed, be gentle.
And she takes it and surprisingly delicately, like holds it like a humanoid child, like as you would, like cuddled in the arms, and kind of sits down on the couch and starts just like slowly smoothing out the feathers on it, where the fur is like gouged out. She's covering it over with the rest of the fur. Surprisingly tender.
Rosalind will keep an eye out for a while, but presumably there are others, so she can back off and leave it be.
Yep, and people are watching it, and a bunch of the younger kids are just standing there like trying to touch it. And every once in a while, you hear the young girl just like bark out at one of them and be like, "No, don't."
Do we have a name for that younger one?
We do somewhere in my notes.
Yep. And if you could tell me what it was, I'd appreciate it.
I'm looking. I'm looking. The dwarf was Groloon. Let's see. That's no, Sigdir was the younger male dwarf who took us somewhere. We meet his daughter. Ah, frick! I didn't write her name down. Wait, Gallister?
Something like that, yeah.
Galestr.
Yeah, Gallister.
Gallister. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Usually Rosalind's good with this, but I think after that day she's gonna kind of go to
Yeah.
bed a little early. She'll sit and read for a little while from the book.
Yep.
She's make progress on the next chapter.
Yep. And remind me, you using the magical one for that?
It's the book. The book has the book in it.
Yeah, okay, making sure it's
That's
that
the one.
version of the
That's
book.
the one. She's gonna hunt around for the book.
It actually comes to you relatively easily.
Asks very nicely for it.
Yeah, it comes to your hand.
She thanks it.
Yep.
Sits down.
At one point, you go like put it down, take a sip of water, and you come back and you realize it's skipped to the last chapter and the last page.
Now that's not where I left off. Come
And
on,
it kinda
let me experience this in order.
Yep, and you flip the pages back and it goes back to where it was.
Thank you.
Mild chastising of a sentient book.
Are you scolding the book?
Not scolding, just informing. She gives the book a little pat on the cover and keeps reading.
You hear the pages rustle.
She'll reach, like, a stopping point, close it, and ask Xenia if they would like a turn.
Yeah, I have 4 less hours than you for sleeping, so let's get this started.
You can catch up.
Yeah, chapter 5 now.
I just finished off the very start of chapter 6. There's a nice break point.
Alright, I'll get up to it. Wait, don't hand me the book. I'm gonna try and ask for it.
Alright. And she puts the book down on top of her bed, turns around, goes to get ready for sleeping, and
Book thing, can you please come to my hand?
I mean, it doesn't move.
How'd you do it, Rosalind?
When I said
I-
Rosalind does it, I mean more so it doesn't disappear when she grabs it.
Yeah.
I just opened a bag and hoped for it, and there it was. I don't know, it's luck sometimes. Sometimes I have to search through multiple bags and turn around and there it is on my pillow.
Alright, then you'll just pick up the book and go to finish. They'll work on to the 6th chapter of the book.
Yep, and as you read through it, it's seemingly relatively mundane. At one point, you go to take like a sip of water, and you look back and it's just gone. It was the page before where you're supposed to stop off to.
Can you please show up in at least like 5 minutes? Please.
Don't hear a response.
It's just trying to like say it. Whenever they hold it, they're just being weirdly gentle with it now.
At one point, you hear from like down the hallway, like Rosalind?
Rosalind
Oh,
pokes
no.
her head out. Yes!
Is this book full of suggestive images belong to you guys?
I'm not sure. We do have a magical book that likes to change its contents. Let me see.
Well, can you take it out of my son's
What
hands?
is happening?
And Rosalind hurries out and with
Yep.
like
And you see this like
on.
10-year-old looking boy, you know, he's probably old for dwarf, staring, intensely
She
at a
takes,
picture of a very scantily clad person.
she plucks the book away and says, ask your parents about that, and then heads back down the
His
hallway.
eyes are the size of saucers.
Heads back down the hallway and starts telling the book, all right, there are some things, some people that you do not show to some people.
It doesn't answer, it's a book.
I know, but she's still going to talk to it.
I know, I
It's
love
got
how
a,
this goes.
It's got a streak of mischief. She's gonna
Finger is
respond.
being wagged.
I know, I just love this, I can't respond to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And come back and hand it back to Xenia.
Thank you.
Now, I am going to go to bed. I know it's a little early, but long day.
Get the butter.
Yeah, just get some sleep, rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a exciting day.
And she's going to let the Fane rest for the night and the next day and all that, and she's only going to attempt Warlock training, because she doesn't need them for that.
Alright. Ashta, I will say your training will have a severe penalty to it if you try to do sleep training. As you
Can he
Okay.
like refocus those efforts to diagnostics?
Sure.
Feel like,
Yeah, so-
hey, if you want to be doing this while I'm asleep, go for it.
Yep, fair enough. And they'll do that. They don't answer, but you know pretty well they pretty much listen to what you say. So, all right, and let's get a check from Caius if you'd like to train your sleep. That is.
Yeah, sure. I'll do key training for now.
All right, roll a wisdom check.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Xenia, what's your DC again? 14.
14. 14 in this one. 10 in Druid.
19.
All right, so Caius and Rosalind, go ahead and take your 9 hours.
This will, for the
Right.
record, be Rosalind's 7th 9-hour rest in this recuperation.
This is
Okay.
Kai's 4th, I believe,
I've been keeping track.
or something
What?
like that.
Oh yeah, the
Alright.
9 hours.
I have been keeping specific track on my sheet.
Yep, and
I know the-
I'm pretty sure that was the last day we needed, right?
I don't know. I've got 16 10 hours and now 7 9 hours.
Right. Sorry, it was 2 weeks each, not 1 week. Right.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if it was 2 weeks total or 2 weeks each. Alright, so. Yeah, you guys rest, take your hours. Kaius, how many hours are you for key training?
Let's see. I'm trying to find it here. I think I should be enough, but tell me how much was it to increase key points again?
You have to get 100 to get a benefit. What the benefit is, we'll talk about.
I believe I just hit 100 actually.
Alright, what were you at before this?
I was at 97.
Yes, you'd be at 105 now.
Nice. So does that?
Right. So you can
Yeah.
either, we can add one ability that you can do with key, or, we can give you more key points.
More key.
Alright, so go ahead and add, 1d2.
1d2.
So your key maximum is now 1 higher than your class would normally allow.
Nice. That's all I needed.
So go ahead and change that, and make sure you're
Yep.
keeping track of that. Just write that somewhere in your sheets so you have that known.
Mm-hmm. So I'm
For when you
gonna
level up
105
next.
now.
Yep, and you can continue to train this past 105.
Sorry.
If you get to the next 100, you can increase this ability more.
Nice.
Alright, but for now, upon waking up, Ashta. The Fane basically inform you that they have found the seeds of Ix in your mind. At the moment, it's in stasis. It's not doing anything. It's not growing. It cannot grow unless you give it fuel to do so, basically. But they also can't eliminate it. For now, at least.
Can
So-
they? Do they eventually go away without anything?
If we were not inhabiting anything, we would normally just delete that part of the cluster, and they would go with it. I don't know what that would do to your mind.
Just kind of like slumps against a wall.
But they won't. They're not conscious, effectively. But they do exist. And if they grow, we'll let you know. But as of right now, it seems to be negligible.
That's what you think.
Well, all we can do is think, unfortunately.
If you can't do anything about it, are you aware of anyone who could?
Someone with a much larger cluster of Fane, maybe. They would at least have more knowledge on how to act in. We can attempt to delete that part, but our
I get
minds
it.
are
I'd
integrated.
I'd like to not have a lobotomy.
They're small. If we have to delete it later, it'll be larger. This is the safest it'll ever be to delete it. But it's possible you might not have to delete it.
It just like gets up and he slams his fist against a wall.
Yeah, is it a connecting wall between rooms or something?
Oh yeah, it's
Probably.
Just
It's
jolt
on.
upwards?
I assume we're in the same room.
Yep, Zia's
Yeah.
already awake.
Alright. What is it? What?
That was Ashta's room.
Are we all in the
You
same
are- you-
room or?
You're in a room
anything?
separated by like a curtain.
Okay.
So Caius,
What
that
is-
was aggressively startling to you.
What?
That was aggressively startling to you as it was very close to your head.
What was, hi,
Thorn
Hello?
suddenly darts through the curtain for Rosalind.
Yeah, what?
What is it? What's going on?
Nothing.
Precisely what happened to Caius again?
Caius is fine, just the hand was close to you.
Yes.
Ashta punched a wall. Boom. And it was a wake
Glad you're keeping track, John.
I think. Is there like a hole in the wall now?
No. Strike the bait.
Ashta, answer us.
I'm
You okay, buddy?
no.
Ashta, I'm coming through.
Fair.
Unless you say something to stop me now.
Just
She'll pull the curtain aside and let herself and Xenia and Esther probably through. Alright, what is it?
Rayla hovers over.
Huh?
Rayla hovers over to Ashta.
What is it?
I told you to be careful, but I'm the one who's. I don't know if it was that fucking page or if it was just when we fought. You ask your Fane to double check you, especially with me around.
Yeah.
Ashta, what are you talking about?
There's in me.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, Ashta. Alright, we'll be careful, but for now, do you know if there's a way to get rid of them?
Two options that I was given, assuming I can trust my Fane at this point. Either someone with a much larger cluster than any of us have, or simply deleting the parts that they're in without on what it takes with it.
Alright,
But it
Ashta, we could have a solution. Just one moment, and she's gonna send part of her Fane, wake them up, and send them winging out towards Lucerne and Orzur.
Yeah, sure thing. And
With the message of basically what has been told.
yeah, at this distance, it's basically text messaging.
Yep.
And he kind of responds with just like, shit. I mean, the rest of you could cluster your Fane together, see if that works. Might be greater knowledge there. They're smarter than the sum of their parts.
Alright, once she gets that message, she's going to say it out loud to the group. The rest of us can cluster and see if the collective has anything to say about this.
you can do it without me.
I think that's probably the best plan. Alright, and she's gonna have her Fane start up the cluster with the rest of the group.
Alright. So, I need each of you to roll me, same checks you roll for sleep training, other than Ashta. Each of you roll me that check.
Okay. 14.
Give me a sec.
Not great.
Here's Esther's.
Oh, we're rolling just pure average here.
Alright, guys.
Where's Esther's?
This is wisdom.
13.
Oh, 13. Yeah.
6.
Okay.
Sorry?
Basically get the same answer as Ashta got. With the thing of, there's probably something else, but it's not accessible at the moment.
It could be that they're tired from yesterday. They're not coming up with anything.
they They were
Can you-
shut down for that fight.
Can you send them over to Orzer?
Yes, I believe we can. Can the entire cluster go to Orzer and see if they can cluster with his?
They can. Yeah, they can.
Alright, we're gonna do that.
Would know Orzor has previously suggested, though, not to cluster with him, as he did take the majority of the lethargy poison.
Oh, I forgot about. I didn't remember
Ah,
that.
yeah.
Okay. Fine, then. Remembering that, I guess we don't.
You can still speak with him, but clustering with him is probably not the best choice.
Alright. Then I guess send them with the basic message of we tried clustering, but there's something, but we can't think of it.
Kind of just goes, shit. Alright, I'll look into what I can, I suppose. I mean, shit. How did this happen? Like, and he basically like asked for the breakdown of like how this might have happened and the further details on the dragons, which you guys assumedly give him.
Yeah. Whatever info
Uh,
you
Did
have.
Ash's Fane give him a source at all for where that happened?
Your Fane are currently in stasis. If you want to wake them up
When they
again.
gave him the diagnostic.
Oh, okay. And a source?
When did the seed show up?
Yeah, it can give you to the accuracy of within the time you were within that cave. But they didn't notice it when it first arrived, they only found it after.
Alright, once we finish talking with Orzer and get our own Fane back, Rosalind's gonna tell hers to start doing the same diagnostic sort of scan on her own mind, just in case.
Again, they take a significant number of hours.
Yeah, she's gonna
But
let
at the end,
them-
you guys will eventually get it.
Okay.
Which we can do now for the sake of just efficiency. Later on in the day, you guys basically get informed that the rest of you seem to be clear, but they want to check the prince again.
Alright. I'm sure when we see him, if we see him at any festivities, then I'll send you over.
And they kind of mention it's like, it's gonna be much more difficult for us because, as far as we know, he doesn't have a Fane, so communication with him isn't easy at all. And if it becomes easy, it's because there's Ix in there.
Can you just look at the surface, like through a window?
He'll know we're there, but yes.
Just to check.
Alright. It might be easy if we're closest.
Then, we're going to attend whatever is being thrown together out there, and I'll do my best to keep an eye out for him and see if I can corner him for a chat of some kind. We do need to talk to him about our own plans at some point, even if obliquely. I'll give you an opportunity. Until then, Ashta?
Yeah.
It's only a seed. It's contained. We're going to handle this. For now, let's look at what we have happening currently. Let's go take care of this, and she'll tap the armor where it sits, probably next to wherever he sleeps, because I doubt he sleeps in it.
Yeah.
Let's go and handle what we
Most
have.
of it is off of him.
Okay, fine. Let's go and handle what we have in front of us. Okay?
Alright.
Esther? Caius? Xenia?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for a day out in town?
Sure.
Let's try and find something to lighten things a little bit. It's no use
Probably
being
find some-
dragged down.
Partying.
probably find some really fresh Pop Tarts.
I don't think that's what she meant, but
I think that really fresh Pop Tarts might just be it. Alright, come on, let's go. She's gonna just. She's gonna go and get ready herself for the day and leave them to do the same and gonna head out.
Ash'll just kind of start putting his armor on.
And it's done efficiently. You definitely feel disquieted.
Is everyone else in the room? Because it does take him a while to put it on. It is still heavy armor.
I mean, Kai's there. So our armor, he's not doing much. Rayla's kind of just sitting on your shoulder, slowly plaiting your hair.
It only takes 10 minutes to put on heavy armor. I guarantee you Rosalind is taking longer with her hair.
Yeah.
All right.
You're fine.
And then he'll just kind of like strap the last piece on and just. I'm gonna just go for a walk and. I'll be back when you guys are ready. He kind of like tapped Rayla to come with.
Yep, and she just kind of sits on your shoulder and just whispers like, okay.
And he'll walk out the door, just find another spot.
Yep. And the house is busy, but the look on your face is enough to kind of get people to leave you alone.
And he'll like hop in like a storage closet or something.
Yep, easy enough to find.
Just back on the wall, just slides down. Rayla?
Rayla just slowly goes to the next strand of hair and says, I mean, what did they say about how it grows? How do they get stronger?
If it's X, then it's... virtuous things. Cruelty, selfishness. I'm well capable of.
It's not the first time you've had to fight your own dark thoughts. We'll manage.
Here is... me, the only threat was to myself and... drowning in the puddle by the side of the road.
Can I ask a question to your fame?
I can ask them, yes, if they're willing to respond.
Well, if they can... They said they can delete it, so it's kind of like picking the bad leaves off a plant, right? Sort of. Just when you crush the leaf, you lose the energy that's with it. Right?
Kind of like slowly nods.
What if you graft the leaf onto someone else? Or something else? The energy's still there. Your thoughts would still be there. As long as the other person's willing to carry it, they'll be alright, right? Won't be lost, just transferred.
What are you implying?
I mean, if it does get too much, that wouldn't feel safe deleting it. I mean, I'm happy to take it. If I carry it,
Yeah,
worst thing that happens is I go back to the Feywild. And you guys keep going your mission. Or if it's bad enough that it causes me significant issues, I'm infinitely reborn. So, it's better me than you.
have you ever run into Fane at all in the... been around?
No. As far as I know. And unlike, well, seeing how they used to me, I don't get to keep my memories of the past life. So it would happen. I'd be gone. When you guys could potentially summon me again in my new form.
Kind of like Ash just like runs his hand through his hair, just
And it catches on the one plate she had made.
very left.
Okay, I know you don't like it, but if anyone should have to deal with that, it shouldn't be you guys. You have a much greater mission, you know?
I do, and this is why I'm worried, because I do kind of want to be selfish. Put that on you or anyone else, and I hope by the roots either, because I don't know what it's gonna take with small thing. There's some bad stuff. Stuff I'd probably like to forget, but junk, it really doesn't change much if I forget a particular night of bad drinking or and just a poor mission back with the old crew or anything like that, but thing that any of the things that keep me going.
But,
It's I can't risk forgetting anything about this group. I can't risk forgetting the last group, and I should, and it's
hold on.
there's more things that need to be done. Just
I mean, what might be best is to turn the bad parts into parts you no longer feel negatively about. And from what I've seen, at least, I mean, these guys have helped you with that, haven't they? They've started to not cure, but convert the parts you don't like. Maybe it's possible that with enough help, with enough assistance, it's just like you can turn Fane to an Ix, you can turn Ix to Fane.
they have no recollection of that,
Why would they?
as far
they
as
were
I can
the
tell.
first time.
That just means it never happened.
Not always. You've told me yourself their knowledge is limited by how many of them are there. Maybe it's not common,
Is-
but it's possible, maybe.
You remember back in the
Sorry, and
you remember back in the when we were over with the dwarf and what's that? This is the player forgetting now. Was it Valeri that had
the volcano?
was
Valeria's volcano.
Was it Valeri that had
Hello?
the what, Devin?
had the dwarf
Which dwarf?
dwarf
Yeah.
Eric, or Greg or wait,
Eric?
the one who was in the lava.
Oh, yeah.
Eric the dwarf.
Yeah.
Is that Valeri?
Yes.
And I mean, you remember Valeri, and I wanted to give it a try, and it's only for the good, right?
I mean,
I'm
you remember in... please hold while I remember the name of the city. You remember in Kakooien? First time you fight Bo, and it wasn't as good as the last time you fought him. You've changed, you've gotten stronger. You remember years ago when you were still drinking.
there's a
Better than that.
there's higher places to go to get stronger. There's an implied progression just over time. standingness, and that can swing with either way, forwards, backwards. I appreciate the sentiment, but I was gonna get some X already just by being me.
I doubt it. I mean, look, I know you think I'm biased, but I was summoned by the person with the greatest collection of Fane I've ever heard about, and I assume that you've ever heard about. He had knowledge past what any of us could know even together, Fane or not. If he trusted you, I don't see any reason why he'd let an Ix like that become harvestable. Clearly he's trusted you to be able to maintain fame. Trusted you enough to get yourself out of a bad place before that. Look, I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying you gotta hope for something, right? You gotta have a backup plan if it doesn't work.
All I know is going and I don't. There's more than ending up being someone who hurts that.
Well, then you just have to fight it yourself, won't you?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm no great thinker like you guys are. You know, figure it's worth a shot. Just, if you ever need it, don't forget it, okay? Maybe we should take a meditation. She kind of like pokes you in the cheek. It's like, come on. Keeps Kai's happy. It keeps you happy too.
I don't know if Caius's brand of happy is compatible with me.
Well, then ask Xenia how they do it.
This crack of a smile.
Ask Xenia then. We all know that they're a worrywart, and can get a little bit intense sometimes. Find out what they do
Part
to
of me
relax.
is wondering if Xenia still hates me.
Maybe try reading some smut. You'll understand them better.
Okay.
Whoa! Whoa!
Okay.
Okay!
Gonna go with a no on that one.
Hey, maybe the cure for Ix was smut all along, and just no one ever thought to try it. Maybe that's why Orizer is able to handle the
Maybe the
poison.
cure was the friends we made along the way.
And the smut we read along
Fuck
the way.
you.
Hey, oh, hold on. What if you talk to Aquarius about this? You know she hates you, so that you know any bias you get is something you can calculate for, right?
Sorry, talk to who?
Aquarius. That way you know she hates you. But if she has something to help, you already know what filter you're filtering through, right? And plus, you know I hate you, so my advice is only worth a little bit. She just goes back to
And
playing
that you
with her hair.
hate me.
Say again?
I don't think I'd be sat here talking to you if you actually did.
Well, then it's just proof we care about you, you dummy.
Complicated. Kind of gets up.
Look, maybe the baby hippogriff, just like a dog, helps people who are worried. Maybe it'll help you too. Or your magical horse. Have you tried talking to your magical horse?
Have you tried talking to your magical horse?
At a very slow rate.
I mean, he's dealt with millennia of shit. He remembers it all. Maybe he knows something.
We'll see. I guess I've got some talking to do.
Don't you always?
But
She kind of smiles.
uh, as m- I'm not going to consider the offer you gave me.
I know.
It, so I'm gonna give you the same. If I'm in a place where I could give you the last bits of the good stuff that's left in me, just take them and make sure everyone else is safe for me.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll take it all. Turn you into a worm and feed you to a bird.
That'll do.
Actually, no. You'll stop being a worm once it bites down on you. I'll figure something out.
Sure.
And if we don't, then we'll deal with it. Just like we always have, right? I'm not sure if you noticed yet, kinda hard to get rid of me.
I guess.
Hey, and you know what? In a worst case scenario, you don't have to give it to me. Maybe you can find that stupid prince, and you can give it to him. And then once he starts going crazy, you have a good excuse to shoot him. And then everyone wins.
I feel like that's putting the cart before the horse there.
Like to put him before the horse.
Shakes his head and walks back to the room.
Okay. I think in that time we're probably about gotten ready.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Yep, Xenia tied their hair back and has been sitting on the bed watching Rosalind do her hair.
Ash probably walks in, seeing everyone waiting for him. He's like, sorry.
Rosalind has just barely finished putting on her boots. As far as she's concerned, you're not late.
Rayla kind of just flutters over to you, Rosalind, and just sits on your shoulder and goes, I don't know, could use a few more braids. Yeah?
Perhaps on a morning when I feel a little bit more, a little more prepared to spend time on it.
But I can do it, and you won't have to spend time on it. I can do it in your sleep, and you'll wake up with great hair.
This wasn't you spending time on it?
This was me spending some time on it. I could spend less, but I prefer it up.
Yikes.
All I'm saying is, there's possibly a party going on for you guys still, so if you want to look your best, now's the time.
Exactly.
So let me do your hair.
I think that we should probably go ahead and head out, but if we return...
Can I ask?
Rayla,
Yeah.
Rayla,
Can I do your hair?
I'm offering.
Kind of got a look going, and he's like full ring gear sort of thing going.
I can give you a new look. A nicer look.
That's kind of insulting, but
Come on.
I think
Look
I'll
good with
pass.
braids. Xenia?
Yes, go in my hair, go do it.
Rayla,
Yes.
either if we come back and then head back out this evening for some reason, or if we head out tomorrow, you can do my hair then.
How do you even know what time it is?
Guesswork. I feel like I slept long enough.
Yeah, you guys slept for a while. She flutters over to Xenia.
Imagine the room has a window.
We're inside.
You're underground.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
She flutters over to Xenia and, like, basically just dives into the nest of hair and just slowly starts working from the center out.
Yep.
All right. Are we ready?
Esther has retreated to the jar to hang out with the hippogriff.
That's fine.
Or really, Esther's being a mom? Perish the thought.
Ashta, let's go and get this armor taken care of.
Yeah. Sorry, but
For now, we're going to...
help on that, guys.
Yes, of course.
Anytime. It's keeping someone alive, right?
Exactly.
Alright.
Now someone's gonna head out the door. Just
We're gonna
trust
take
that
a
they
quick-
follow. Okay.
We're gonna take 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
That way you guys can get any ideas of what you might want to go shopping for and all that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say... Ashta's hesitant way of speaking sometimes really plays hell on my brain when your voice is also kind of laggy because of tech issues.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know when you're pausing and when you're actually being cut off until you come back in halfway through a word.
Damn it. Okay, hold on, because computer is going now, so I might be able to swap out and see if it works better.
This is the time!
Yep.
Oh, hope.
5 minute break.
Yep,
Okay, so we need to pick up the armor.
we need to pay for the armor. We have just enough in party loot to pay for that armor in gold.
Jesus.
Oh shit, so we don't need to use like the sheet gold that we have?
Yeah, we don't have to use individual gold, but it does deplete party loot down to like 8 gold left.
Yeah.
So we
I
can do
feel
it.
like I don't want to use the party loot for the armor. I feel like we should use like our own.
Okay, so we just kind of divvy up from there.
Yeah.
I'll
For the
be
sake
right back.
of
Okay,
future castle stuff. Oh, hello.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the sake of like future castle stuff, renovation. This is our renovation fund we don't even know we're collecting.
Yeah, well, future castle might involve some treasure hoards. We don't know. We can hope.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, could we sell some scales just to get a bit more money?
Probably. We need to go to that potion shop and we need to sell the sacks and so forth that were asked for. So we need to collect
Yep.
on those. That might help at least a little bit.
Oh, I should have got the blood for
Close
the
that.
shop.
Yeah, the blood was discussed, but then we kind of derailed to searching for things.
Babies.
Yeah.
You do still have a whole dead dragon.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. Where are we gonna? Yeah, because I think Xenia wants to cut that up before going up to sell stuff, because stuff like that can be sold for like
Fair.
money,
Fair.
especially that it's brass.
And Orzer actually would have asked if you guys still have the corpse of the dragon.
Orizer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He says just if you can bring bits to him, he can do research on it.
Alright, so we might have to set some of those aside for that purpose.
Yep.
I can go back into editing party loot if we have Xenia roll survival checks for things.
Let's monster
Yeah.
this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, it's back. Ario with party loot open and fucking.
We're doing this.
We're
Yeah, 'cause
doing this.
I had double
The monster
proficiency in
hunter
survival
myth.
on an old sheet.
I'm
Takes back a lot.
I'm putting this in parentheses. One adult brass dragon corpse, parentheses, what we pull off of it.
Alright.
Yep.
Oh god, here we go.
All with guidance, Conrad.
So we're looking for the blood, for one thing.
Yep. So,
Yeah.
so my question is,
Yeah.
there's a few options. You can search for bits and pieces, and you will get more of those bits and pieces, or you can do a full butcher's breakdown.
I feel like the butcher's breakdown would be best, just so we have a menagerie of items from a dead body.
You'll get basically more across the board, but less of the parts you might be looking for.
I think that'd be good for also the sake of DCs, because he doesn't have an advantage right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be equally as challenging, effectively.
Yeah.
It's just what is your purpose with it?
Do we have an exact purpose for what we need from the dragon, or should we just do butchers and get, like, a bit of everything?
I think a bit of everything, because we aren't sitting here like, we need X amount of blood for this. We're just going, dragon blood is useful. So,
Yeah.
I think everything. Don't forget
Yeah,
your
just-
guidance.
Yes, I got guidance.
Alright. And assuming that you can get help from, like, the best butcher in the city, he's gonna be like, here, please let me help you for this.
Okay. Yeah, just to get.
Which is basically
yeah,
enough to give you help, but
Okay.
it lowers the DC because this is the dragon.
It's
People are going to want to
the
help you take it.
Yeah, as in you would
People are going to want
probably
to be involved in it somehow.
ask for some help, but then
Like, I cut it open, and I took the blood.
yeah, because he also doesn't have like a set for butcher stuff. They have a scimitar, and that
I
was
didn't fight the dragon, but I did take its eyes.
All right.
Oh god.
So once
Yeah.
Evan gets back, we'll start doing that.
Yep.
would they be
And it-
advantage or just normal just for the buttons?
It'd be an advantage.
Alrighty.
And basically what you're going to get is, like, I'm going to give you a percentage of how much dragon you get, how effectively it's broken down.
Okay.
And then once you guys start actually using parts, I'll tell you what's separated out.
Okay.
Okay. I feel like we sell some scales right when we butcher it.
Up to you.
Don't know.
Or should we save them until like maybe we're in another, like maybe Lucerne or Lentiel may have a bit more use. Like there's more of a demand for the scales.
I can see there being a demand for the scales of this particular dragon in this particular city.
That's true. And especially the scales with making armor and all that stuff.
Yeah, especially because this dragon looted this city, regardless of
Yeah.
what it once was.
Or if we get like some of the crushed scales, we can wait to sell them in more of a magic based instead of like armor and weapon based place.
Possibly. But yeah. Let's just hold on to things for now, I think.
Yeah. Until Devin logs back on.
Yeah. Probably still fighting with his equipment. Didn't he say that every time he plugged in his thing, it decided it had to install drivers or something?
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. What are we gonna name our baby hippogriff? Ty, you're not audible. Oh, bugger, it's me. Hang on, I'm logging off and back on.
Oh,
Okay, I'm back.
are
I'm
you
good.
back?
We're good.
Okay.
can hear you.
What are we gonna base the name off of?
I have no idea. I'm not good at names.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna look back on our Monster Hunter names and how many you found names for, and we're just going to mix them.
We're just gonna steal one.
Ariel.
Fuck it.
No, we're just gonna look at how many things Ariel has named, and she just said I'm not good at names.
I'm not good at names
I'm
on
not
the
good at
spot.
names.
Okay?
That's why I'm gonna Google some. That's why we're gonna
You don't
Google.
have time.
Yeah.
I
Is
know.
this for the hippogriff?
Yes.
There's
Of course it is. Damn.
Well, he's in, but he hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
I hope that doesn't mean it's not working.
Name
Oh,
it
it's
something
not.
really generic.
Jared.
No, not Jared. No, we're not doing Jared. That name's canceled for
Okay.
obvious reasons.
We have
Yeah.
Jared-
a friend named Jared. We can't
Jared
just
with an O.
Devin is back, but still not audible.
2 R's and an O. Jared.
Dude,
Oh, no,
Jared,
Devin's lighting
the
up,
we
but
know
not
is Jared
here.
with an O.
I can't hear him.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Can't hear me there.
yeah. That's the one. That's the one. That's good enough. Just not the one with an E. That name is canceled
Hello,
for
hello.
obvious reasons.
There you are, there you
There we
are.
go.
Okay,
Hello.
okay.
We're naming. We're gonna name the
Didn't
hippogriff
fucking work.
something really generic.
Okay, yes, I can hear you.
Yep, didn't fucking
Okay.
work, but we're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Well. Anyway, we were discussing names for baby hippogriff and also breakdown of the dragon. So,
Alright.
Alright, the same question I asked Ty and them is you can do a full butcher's breakdown, or you can look for specific parts of the dragon.
Alright.
Basically, do you want a bunch of certain things or a rounded out amount? Alright, I'll stop using Harry Potter names.
Steve.
Absolutely
Jo-
not.
Okay. I mean, unless everyone else wants anything specific,
Nope. I think that.
like the flame sack would be good.
I
Although no,
thought
we already got that.
Yeah, we already got all that. We got the
Sleep.
We got the flame and we got the sleep.
Um.
Chad.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's blood and there's scales and there's leather. There's teeth. There's
And
claws.
Orzard, by the way, did also mention that he would like some bits for research purposes of the Ix.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. But that's just bits. That's just whatever we hold
Yeah.
back and save. Presumably,
Yep, just because he
some of
wasn't here to
those-
hear.
Some of those red scales.
Arson.
Yeah, I'm vetoing every single name I've seen so far.
No, just no to all.
I like that's including your names.
Yeah, and of course it's concluding my names. I was joking. Absolutely not.
Fluffernutter!
Fluffernutter. We already had a squirrel named that.
Fluffernutter.
Anyway, we're trying to break down a dragon corpse as well.
Yep. All right.
I'm
Can
Just
we
having so much fun with the naming, though.
So what part should we save for ores or?
probably some scales. That's where the corruption was very obvious with the red veins and the black and all that.
Yeah, we could
Cut
probably
off its
like get a jar of blood for him.
Yeah, blood and scales, internal and external.
Probably its brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say, could we not just cut off its head too?
Do you want to scoop his brain into a jar?
Could we just cut off the head?
Do we want to be carrying around an entire adult dragon head? Those things are huge.
We have
Yes.
a bag of holding.
Yes,
That doesn't fit.
Conrad?
Entire head.
It's up to you guys.
Dimensions.
The entire head.
Would the head fit in the bag?
Where's the dragon right now if the head doesn't fit in the bag?
The dragon probably got dragged back on a sledge or
Yeah, no,
something.
the dragon was brought around
Okay.
a cart.
Okay.
The head is. Honestly, it is a smaller dragon, like slimmer dragon of the adult dragons. Probably get it to fit. Probably.
Alright,
Then that
if you
settles
wanna
it, we're
insist
carrying
on
it.
the entire head, then fine.
The entire head.
You might want to like shave off the horns and the rougher edges, just so you don't accidentally pierce the bag.
Fair.
What if we take the horns off and like make it into a sword?
Do it.
I mean, you
Stop
could turn it
that.
into like a horn.
True.
Then you turn it into like a hammer-like object that you can also play at the same time, and the songs give benefits to your friend.
No,
Oh wait, no, that's two Monster Hunter. Never mind.
that's suing range, Conrad.
Yep.
So is naming the hippogriff with what was it, Wither Wings?
Or Buckbeak. I was joking.
Or Buckbeak.
I was purely joking.
That
We're
is-
already
yeah,
getting
no,
copyright
that's like-
strikes. Who cares?
Probably for music. Anyway. Yeah, do we want to just take off the head, take off the horns, and then anything else goes?
Yeah. Take off the head, take off the horns, and then just butcher the rest of it.
So I will exclude teeth and eyes from this.
Is this Skyrim? Do dragon bones count for something?
They can be used for something.
Is it Skyrim? Do dragon bones count?
Alright.
Well,
At the
for-
very least, they can make for decorative pieces.
If we're doing butcher, then we can get like a bit of everything. So hopefully, get a few bones.
I mean,
You've got
we know
the head.
that dragons are inherently magical beings, right?
Yeah, of course. And Ty, you can actually get a great many bones. Dragons have a large number of bones.
Yeah.
There are
Oh
great
my
many
God.
bones that you can.
Could we just, like- use what limited knowledge we have on enchanting to basically scrounge this thing for enchanting like ingredients and
Tis a
Like-
large beast. I'd imagine it wouldn't have
Rosalind
many
has 76
bones.
hours in enchanting currently.
You guys also don't have to do this today.
I want to get it over with.
yeah.
Okay,
I
just,
wanna-
you know.
Like,
Let's do the housekeeping while Esther is in here.
Today. What if I don't want to?
So, first of all, put in the party loot. Dragon head.
Yeah.
Entire fucking dragon head.
Okay. Dragon head works.
Entire
Okay.
flipping
Actually,
dragon head.
I was about to say to say this. We should probably specify which dragon.
I have it under adult brass specifically, but I can put that down.
Okay, good. We've learned lessons from the
I've
Lost
got
Ark
it.
campaign. Good.
I've got it.
Yeah, we've learned. Yeah,
Alright.
learn
Senior.
from their mistake.
Yes.
Give me that advantage survival check to break this dragon down.
With the guidance, let's. Okay.
Decent roll. Give me a 1d4.
24.
4 with the added.
Are we
the
doing it
butcher.
all the enchanting like components in mind here?
Yeah, this is basically a roll to ask how much of the dragon is usable that you
Okay.
harvest. Of the potential
then
usable
we go
parts,
from
how
there.
much do you get? Yeah, and then as we get things done and you need parts, we'll just cut down on that percentage to make things easy.
Okay.
But with that roll, you did a pretty solid job. You're never going to get 100%, because there are just parts of the dragon that can't be functional, especially after a battle like that.
Part- Yeah, parts with the bolts in them.
Yeah, parts of the bolts, certain organs just aren't functional. Like, a dragon's bladder is just not useful, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Regardless.
So I'd say with that... Oh, go ahead.
No, just carry on.
With that, I was basically going to do it, multiply your number by 3, then add 10%. So 84%. Nope, that's not right. 82%.
Okay.
So overall, a very good job. And again, not counting anything that you would get from a head of a dragon.
I've got it in the party loot. 82% salvaged and butchered.
Yep. And Xenia, that took a whole day, pretty much, honestly. Like,
Yep.
in the meantime, if you guys were checking the Fane, your individual Fanes, that was pretty much how much time it took for you to get this done. So, you guys basically have about 8 hours to use for other stuff if you'd like.
Part of that, we were absolutely going to go and pay for Ashta's armor.
Yep. Yeah, if you want to go do shopping stuff too, I'm just saying you have about 8 hours till that's done.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, yeah. Let's hit. Asher will grab the. Because I think Rosalind has something she wants from the forge too.
Yep.
Else
So-
wants to, but yeah. If not, just
Guys, you going to the forge?
Yeah.
First,
Why, I don't see what I-
first, let's go to the potion shop next to the forge.
right. Yes.
Yes. The husband and wife, yeah.
Because
We spend
she
money.
was interested in some things. And I am so sorry, Sky, that you are not here for this. You probably wanted to be, but
We could retroactive maybe.
but we're probably going to get money from this, and it might help us with the whole purchase of the armor thing.
Yep. Get money
can always
before
come
spend
back.
money.
Huh?
You can always come back.
Let's get... I want to get this over with, please.
Oh my god, I just realized Sky never updated how many spells she can prepare as she leveled up. Sorry. 1 second while I fix her sheet. Oh, no, I should fix it. There's only one off. Okay.
You want to get this over with, Ariel?
A little bit.
There we go. Okay, now you can go ahead.
Okay.
I want to get to the festivities.
Yeah, I want to
All right.
finish the housekeeping. I don't want to do housekeeping
We're going to the
again.
apothecaries.
Yes.
So, you head to the apothecaries, you show up there, and she goes seeing guys. Ah! You're alive!
We are. And we have quite a few... Was it wyvern tails you wanted?
Yeah, the poison in them too, but the tails work.
I believe we brought them whole, so...
Oh, alright.
We've got 8...
See how many you got.
We've got 8 wyvern tails in the party loot.
Then she looks them over for quality and says, a couple of these have already discharged their venom, but I imagine you guys are very aware of that. But, overall useful.
Alright.
Also, we have some flame sacks from dragons.
We do, and I
Oh,
don't have them
do you
written
now?
in the party loot. See if they're in, can you see if they're in
Sirs.
Esther's sheet?
Yep, two small flame sacks, one brass dragon sleep sack, one brass dragon flame sack.
Thank you. Are we going to keep the brass dragon sacks for anything
I mean,
on that thought?
nothing we couldn't just ask help with here.
Do we want to sell all
Uh,
the sacks?
Yeah, if we want to, well, I guess it's that it's as well like ask her to do something with them instead.
Okay. Like make.
Because I
some
mean,
potion?
it's if we want a sleep bomb out of the sack, then we could just be like, hey, can you make a sleep bomb instead of like get the professional to do it, I guess. But
Yeah. Okay. So.
do we want to? Well, let's ask. What like we'll hand over the flame sack, the brass one as well.
So yeah, the
Okay.
smalls
So we
and
don't
big.
need those.
I'd say do the small ones for now, just before we get Sky's input.
Okay. So.
Heather, real quick, I just want to make sure I say. Zine, by the way, make sure you mark off how many hours you take doing this, because you can add that to survival training. Anyways,
Okay.
So 8
Um,
wyvern tails and 2 small flame sacks.
yeah, and she kind of looks at everyone and says, are we bartering or are we selling?
My thought is selling. However, if we barter, what would you say would be an opening price, I suppose?
Services rendered, or she kind of looks over the flame taxes. These will be useful for a few things. I can give you half, or about half of anything I make using this.
In general, what might you make from these?
Well, the flame sacks get used for a number of functional purposes, so I use them to make a great number of potions. Just the heat and the chemicals inside make for good burning. So, if you have any special orders, let me know. But otherwise, I need to restock on healing potions. I need to restock on some antidotes, things like that. And as for the tails, you said you guys don't want the booze, right?
I think Esther was interested.
I sure already bought one.
Okay. So we should be fine there.
Yeah,
Fine.
you're not going to need more than one for anything other than killing someone.
Yeah, good.
If you got something you want me to use these for, I mean, let me know. I'm always happy to experiment.
Not too much we need.
I can't really.
Fire damage if we ever need it.
I think we have that fairly well covered, generally.
Unfortunately, fire is a fairly easy kind of damage to come by.
Well, it's not just used for fire, it's used for fire resistance potions, it's used for...
Yeah, I guess.
like I said, she can use it for a number of things. She can make poisons that burn. She can use it just to make her normal potions, and you get half the stock she makes.
Potions, but also, what's the gold price you would be putting on these if we were to throw barter aside?
I'd give you 50 for each of the tails, probably.
And for the sacks?
Call it 600 because I like you guys.
Both or for one?
Both.
So that'd leave us with 406, so 1,000 extra.
Yep.
And the armor was 5,000?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we can always buy other things as we need them.
I believe so.
think we'll take the gold up front then.
All right.
That's okay with you.
Yeah, always.
If you if you're not if you'd like to simplify this a bit, get the coin for us, you could ask. She was the wife of the guy who did the armor, right?
Yeah.
Let your husband know about 1,000 off of a tab I have on him.
Sure. And you see she like grabs a hammer from her belt and smacks it on a gong. And her husband just like bursts the door and goes, "What? Hey, what?" And she kind of goes,
Good to see you.
"Save me finding change. 1,000 gold off whatever they buy next." And he goes, "What?" And he looks at the tails and goes, "Oh." All right. Closes the door. Goes back to what he's doing.
I think we're actually heading that way right now, so...
He's in a good mood. Oh, sort of. He was in a good mood when he found out the dragon's dead and you guys didn't die. He's in a bad mood. He doesn't get to use any of the dragon bits.
Well, we might be ready to alleviate that bad mood just a little bit.
Oh, don't tell him that unless you know you can.
We're going to find
Well, I
out.
guess. Yeah, let's go. Let's go check and see then. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for the material.
If we come across anything else interesting, we'll try to stop by.
Any breakthroughs with the material we left last time?
And nothing yet. No such a
Alright.
replenished stock. They sold out of a few things.
Yes, I imagine so.
But always happy to see you guys.
Asher just kind of waves as they walk through the door, connecting the two rooms.
John, you're muttering a little.
Sorry,
It's
yeah.
audible, sorry.
Sorry about that.
Alright, Midoriya.
Shush.
Okay.
I'll.
You're the one talking, my dude.
Yeah.
So we, head over to the forge.
Used to.
He's walking back, I guess.
Yeah, he's gone way past, and he's just gone back to what he was doing. He looks at you guys and says, "Ah, he survived. Here to pay up?"
Yes. Asher kind of like put like does the kind of like fist to the chest and just like it did very well.
Glad to hear it. I don't see any massive holes in it this time, so repairs worked. Good. So
There wasn't a dwarf swinging the dragon at us, so
in that case, some of those guys who came by celebrating yesterday exaggerated. Don't worry about it. My wife said 1,000 gold off, right?
That is so.
yes.
You guys really know how to find your discounts. Well,
Yeah.
4,000 it is.
We try our best. Go to count out his 2,000.
Rosalind can throw in another 1 or 2,000, depending on if anybody else is pitching in.
Then you can pitch in another one, just leaving.
That'll do it then.
Yep.
All right.
Guys, you pitching in?
I think we've covered it.
Okay. He's muted himself. So,
Yeah.
fair enough. Alright, so mark off the
I mean
gold.
that. Yeah, just the party could do 500 each if it was Esther and guys, but
Yeah, party minus Ashta, yeah.
Minus Ashta.
I think Ashta's spending his money on this, because of course he is.
yeah, no, Ash is fully paying as much as he can.
I think
Yeah.
we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, he'll manage.
All right.
Yes.
So, you pay off your debts. Again. And you are the proud full owner of a very fancy set of armor.
Unenchanted currently.
We're working on it. And Rosalind's going to, Rosalind's going to bring up, I may be interested in potentially, if not a custom order, then an adjusted piece.
Oh yeah, we've
I have
got
a few-
woven tailors.
I have a few thoughts, actually, if we can discuss it.
Sure, and you see he's in
Would Ash
callback.
have-
And this the kid comes up with this like architect's bench, basically. And he just like scrambles over, puts the bench down and goes, "Make blueprints?"
What was it?
Making blueprints?
Maybe not quite so elaborate. Just one or two ideas, and I just don't know if it would work with armor. I'm not an expert in the subject, unfortunately, but
Oh, that's what I'm here for. What's your idea?
if
Would
we
Asha
just-
have heard about
Sorry, go ahead,
Rosalind
Devin.
thinking this up before, or is this the kind of the first time?
Yeah, we're there. She was eyeing stuff last time we were in there. You know, she was
And
thinking
hit-
something.
Then he'll reach into the bag and pull out the roll of red dragon leather.
And you see him look at it, and you see the guy who made your armor look at it. I go, oh.
I don't know if that will help. I'm actually after mithril because I can wear something stronger than I would normally be able to.
Ah, that's fair.
But-
What kind are you looking for?
If this works as padding underneath or something, then very well. Half plate, actually. Something
We can certainly make that, yes.
that allows some freedom of movement still, but still protective. And she's basically gonna lay out that she doesn't want to sacrifice the skirt fully, because that's what she's comfortable in, but she acknowledges that sometimes freedom of movement gets a little tricky. So she's just gonna bring up basically what I drew.
Yeah, and they basically draw those blueprints for you.
That's just kind of like
again,
looking over the shoulders.
I don't know if it's possible to just adjust something that you already have. If that would be simpler, then very well. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we'll see. Most of it's for function rather than form, but we got 24 builders in here. We can make you something by the end of the day.
Alright, would you have an estimate on the price?
With our supplied materials included.
You want us? You plan to donate the dragon leather? We'll happily take the dragon leather.
If it's going towards this project.
Sure. Do you want it to be functional or fashionable?
She looks to Rosalind.
A little of both? I'd rather not. I get the impression that's a very special material. I'd rather it didn't go to poor use.
I mean, it'll
Rosalind.
save us the cost of the high grade leather that we usually use to make sure it's lightweight, and it'll add a bit of protection, so it should be functional.
And it will, assuming we are to enchant it later, that would offer greater potential, I'd assume.
Oh, the combination of mithril and dragon? Absolutely, yes. They're both inherently magical materials. You can definitely do that. By now, the older dude has just left the architect to do his thing.
Alright. And one moment, I just had another thought. I need to ask my friends though if the materials could come out of the group.
Sure.
Sack. She's just gonna bring up to the group if we use some of the red dragon scales. Perhaps that can be worked in.
Oh yeah, no, Asher just like put it out as a kind of immediate.
I don't think it would take much. I don't imagine it would take more than a few pounds.
Oh yeah, no,
Also-
no, it's made to be lightweight.
Yeah. Also, Asher might bring up that we could kind of give them a few pounds if it could kind of go towards the payment of this.
Yeah, reduce the price.
Use them as a bartering like chip. This would be the place.
Yeah, how much are we willing to go up to if we get rid of some red dragon scales here?
Well, I guess yeah. Asher will ask. Your going rate on scales of red dragons.
Up to negotiation. Why?
And he'll just like pull out just like a single one, but well, we did some scouring for. And he just like pulls out one of the nicer red dragon scales that they have.
Yep. And he kind of like puts his hand out and says, "Can I take a look at it? See how useful it is?"
Sure,
Be surprised
we
how
have
many of the scales aren't.
Be surprised.
How many of the scales are just not super useful?
You got like okay. We have a larger supply.
I imagine so. After all you went through. Here, let me take a look. And
He hands him over a scale.
Yep, and he pulls out this like a almost like a microscope, but if you just wrapped it around onto like a strap to your head.
Like those like the jeweler monocle things.
Sort of, yeah, but it's singular rather than the glasses you usually see.
No, I'm saying like the one that they kind of like squish with their like eyebrow and
Yeah, that is
you know cheek.
Yes, sorry, I think of the ones that I know of, because the way you see it modern day is more plastic, but I guess older it would have been like that, yeah. Yeah, so he takes a look at it and goes like, takes his nail and kind of scratches it along and says, well, they're of alright quality. Nothing terrific, but definitely lower the sales price. We wouldn't put it on your armor as, if this is a mithril, it needs to be lightweight, right?
Yes.
So it's not quite worth putting the scales onto the armor, but the leather will definitely work.
Oh.
We usually need a good amount of high-grade leather anyways.
All right. However, if we should sell some of these scales for use in other projects, and
Oh, for sure,
put
we
it-
can find a use for them.
and put it towards the value of this armor,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that could be a way to go about it. We do have
So
some
the
we do have some crushed scales. I don't know if the particles can be mixed into anything.
it might be better off selling those to an enchanter or something similar.
We'll keep that in mind then. Thank you.
Yeah. And Devin, kind of like that, but instead of being a singular lens, it's like 5 monocles on arms that you can switch out. So that it's more adjustable.
Yep. All right.
Um,
All right.
Yeah, so-
so
crushed scales aren't super useful outside of a fancy thing to put on armor like glitter.
noted. All right. So red dragon scales. 10 pounds, perhaps, of that quality?
I'd ask you to let me take a look and sort through them, see how much you have of usable quality, at least for us.
All right. Let's go ahead and can we scoop some out and just let them sort?
Yeah. How much are you letting him sort through?
Let's say
we'll
10 pounds and
yeah,
see
10
how
pounds.
much he gets out of it.
Okay. So most of them do end up being rejected.
Mhm.
He gets about 4 pounds of useful scales.
Okay. So we now have 46. Does he have any idea what the value on those 4 pounds would be?
He said he'll give it. He basically says that for each pound of useful scales, he'll mark off another 75 gold off it.
Okay.
So at this, you'd be at, I believe, 250.
Okay. That'll help. And then there's the cost of the leather that's being replaced by the dragon hide.
Yep, which is about 500 gold pieces of the overall cost. So you're subtracting about 750 total.
Okay, and how much would the overall gold cost to this be?
So the remainder would be 1,750 gold.
Really? Wait a second,
It's fi-
half plate?
Half plate is 1,500 normally.
No, you said half plate was 800 to 900.
Did I?
Yes, I wrote these things down.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I might have been
Isn't
talking
that-
about a breastplate. Let me check the book real
No,
quick.
breastplate, you told me for mithril, breastplate 350 to 400, half plate 800 to 900, full plate 2,000.
I may have to retcon that.
Okay.
Sorry, I think I might have been just mistaken with how that stuff is. Oh, that's the wrong link. Sorry, I just got my books back like yesterday, so I can
Okay.
look through them again. What am I thinking of? It's 1,500 plate armor.
Maybe.
Yeah, plate armors. Okay, full plate is 1,500. So yeah, half plate would be about 900 normally is what I should have said. So yeah, so it'd mark off a majority of the price. It'd be about 150 gold.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So, yeah. We do this?
Yeah, it's your money, assumingly, so.
I am taking off the 150 off of my thing.
Okay.
Actually, I'm just going to do it in the electrum because that's nice and even. So,
Alright. So, I believe that means you have half
So my-
plate. That gives no disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be 15 plus Dex modifier up to 3, I believe.
All right.
So I believe that can go up to 18, but 15 plus whatever.
Mithril half plate. Okay. Thank you.
Alright, we now have an armored warlock.
Yep. Or you do at the end of the day when they return and she gets to go and try it all on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so, anyone else need to buy anything?
Mm,
Still a bunch of fancy bolts.
Diamonds.
Diamonds. You can definitely find diamonds.
Yeah.
In fact, if you're gonna find diamonds anywhere, it's here.
Seeing is gonna spend the rest of their money to buy 2 500 gold piece diamonds.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead and mark it off.
Back down to 2 gold, boys!
Fuck.
But we have 3 diamonds! 4 Ray's dead.
Which,
That's
to
my-
be fair, useful.
Mm-hmm.
are gone?
Oh, shit, am I gone?
What? I can hear you
What?
both
No.
now.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're good.
Yeah, there was just this period of silence.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
So, while we're at the forge, is there anything in the forging vein for the hut?
What do you mean?
I'm asking the party more than anything, but like, basically, is there any metal work
that
we'd
could
want
go
for the
into
hut?
So kind of like a grate for the fireplace and pokers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
stuff like that.
These guys are a bit more specialty than that, but they can turn their hand to that if you ask them to.
We could probably
Well,
find a blacksmith that does household stuff.
Exactly, and like that's what I was gonna say. Like, at least someone here's gonna know someone to go to for stuff like that at the very least.
Yeah, I mean, probably you could, if you guys were willing to let the apprentices here work on that. They'd probably let you do that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, some basic like fixtures that might be needed. Even if it's just like nails and hooks for the walls in case anything needs to be hung up.
Hold on a sec. We have a staff of frost.
Yeah, apparently that was one of the things in that dragon horde.
Yes.
Nobody's claimed it yet.
Hmm.
I think it's
Alright.
limited in the classes that can hold it. Looking it up now. Attunement, druid, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard.
So it's limited, but you guys really aren't.
Yeah, it's either Esther or Rosalind, if either of them wants to attune to it.
Right,
Or-
don't have a druid anymore.
Yep. Or reversed Zinnia.
Yeah.
Or Aquarius.
Or Aquarius, true.
This was really for
yeah,
Aquarius.
but
Yeah, but I don't think Ashley's going for that. Anyway.
it's when she gets more when she gets more good political prisoner points.
She's trying to
Um,
bang one of the guards.
That's
Yeah.
seduction, not good political prisoner points.
Exactly.
Tell that to Esther.
Esther's not the one who gives out the good political prisoner points.
In fact, it's making me wonder if that's an attempt of an escape.
Oh,
Paranoia.
he would wonder that.
Lesbianism.
Okay.
It's always an attempt to escape.
I'm saying
It
the
always
player,
comes to
exaggeratingly,
lesbianism.
not Ashta.
All right.
All right.
Anyways,
Housekeeping, literally.
see, you guys could comfortably outfit
Uh,
the house with all the shit it needs.
Yep.
for
Yeah, basic. Yeah,
Basically.
we have
10 gold.
basic dishes and utensils, but get a
Yeah,
nice like wrought iron frying pan.
Yeah, like whatever you need to make the house
What's it
comfortable.
called?
Cast iron.
Cauldron?
No, what's the kind of frying pan that's
Am I audible?
Yes.
you don't clean?
I think it was
Cast
cast
iron.
iron.
Did I
Cast
hear
iron.
what's the kind of frying pan that's edible? I was like,
No.
what?
You absolutely did
only
not.
if you're Caius.
only if you're Caius.
No. Okay.
Actually, no, only for
Uh,
Caius. Pips.
I'll drop the
Anything's
10.
edible if you try hard enough.
I'll drop the 10 gold off of Rosalind's sheet for outfitting the house. I can do that.
All right.
It is done. Okay.
Yeah, so by the end of the day, they'll let you guys pick all the stuff you guys got up. They ask you what house you're building this for.
It's an ongoing project.
We have a bag of holding, so we can.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
imagine we get good stuff here. So
All right. Not choice, but all right.
Best to do it while we're thinking about it. We'll return for everything a little later on today. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
and Asha will
Heroes.
ask.
And Ashta will ask.
Ah, damn it! I was gonna say Ash's gonna ask, but then Conrad started talking. I said go ahead, but I guess the go ahead got cut off.
I said my part. I'm good.
But Ash will also ask. Just with her, whoever they're talking with. Would you happen to know any specialists in town?
What kind of specialists?
Less maybe the hunter, but more so the wrangler, charmer.
Yeah, you cut off at right before specialists on the first question. So it came out, do you know any specialists in town?
I mean,
For
we said animal specialist. Oh, monster specialist. Okay.
yeah, monster animal.
They kind of look at each other and go, "Well, there's one. He's a bit of a prick."
Oh god, dwarvish Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin?
Is that the
I hear that
worst you
right?
can imagine? Is that really
Did
the
you just
worst?
did you just call Steve Irwin a prick, good sir?
Okay, I cut out here then because I just heard there is one, and that was it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
There's one, but he's a bit of a prick.
But he's and I'm getting so fucking increasingly frustrated with this cutting
bit
out.
of a prick.
She said
Okay, yeah,
Hey, that word's not that bad, okay?
I would argue a lot of the words I say are not, but continue.
Mario's
Yeah,
quoting
no.
it doesn't count.
Carl said a bad.
Well,
Quoting
shit,
it
she won't
doesn't
come when I
count.
say other things.
That's
Anyways,
because they're outwardly terrible.
So,
If it's a
yeah.
middling one and it's a quote, it's fine.
anyways.
It's less about the technicality, more about the willingness on Ariel's end.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we know of one. We maybe got directions right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
basically directs you towards the most broken down shack you can imagine.
Dilapidated.
You could call it dilapidated if it was still in one piece, maybe. It's not.
Tis not. It's a cat.
Alright. Rosalind in the armor now?
Not yet. We're going straight here from the forge. The armor's gonna be ready in hours.
I wasn't sure on the time frame there. Yep, then he'll just kind of like look over to Rosalind, Gaius, and just be like, well, knocks on the door.
The door
Like,
opens
Bust
and
in.
just door opens and you ever see the things the Japanese police use to wrangle a person?
Yep.
One of those jabs out towards you, Ashta.
Dex save.
It's just gonna be a roll to hit.
It's gonna be,
A roll
Roll
to
to
hit.
good luck.
Yeah, don't say that. He's gonna crit again. Okay, good. Nope.
It just like you just slap it out of the way, and
Can you just like kind of like grab it and catch it?
sure, you do, and you see just falling forward is this. I'm trying to think of a way to describe it. It's
Dwarf?
no. It's if you took a genasi and squashed it.
Dwarf, not
Squashed it.
To approximately dwarf-sized.
dwarf genasi. Got it. What flavor?
But it looks like he was squashed. Like his nose and everything looks like it was. He got like Bugs Bunny hammered.
The genasi equivalent of those cats with the face.
Yeah, or a pug or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a pug.
Oh my god.
And he looks at you and he goes,
Uh,
"You're not what I expected."
Either are you. What type of genasi?
Earth genasi. He goes,
Is he like dusty?
"No, he got skin looks like made of stone."
Okay.
And he goes, "Wait, hold on." He kind of like pokes your armor and says, "Sure, not a werewolf?"
Well, that's a
Mostly.
odd question.
He's scruffy. He looks like one. You
Anyways.
points to you, Roz, and goes, "Faye?"
She just smiles.
Uh,
Not quite.
You mean not quite? You one of those half elves or something?
Not quite.
She has some friends.
Yikes.
Lucky. He looks at you, Caius, and goes, "I don't care what you are. I don't want you in my house."
Oh.
Good. Wow.
Sorry,
Wow.
you look like a fruitcake.
Wow.
Someone's
Alright.
got something against purple.
Sorry,
Yeah,
animals eat
what's
fruit.
your thing?
Other two, come in.
Oh, man.
Okay. Rosalind's gonna
Nice.
pat Caius on the shoulder. Keep watch out here, I suppose. And head in.
Caius is gonna sit outside and feel depressed for a bit.
Oh, you taking the book out of Ash's book.
Imagine he just like
Book out of
sits
Ash's library.
You can take a book
He's
out
just
Sits
kinda
at
like
the doorway.
with us.
cross-legged with like a big lip and like tears welling in the sides.
Yeah, that's essentially what I imagined as well.
As you do that, Caius, this cat question mark kind of like pads over to you and like blinks at you and looks at you.
Hey, buddy.
Roll animal handling.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
Fuck, here we go. Give me a sec here.
Do it.
The animals eat
Animal
you.
handling?
They leave Caius 5 seconds later. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Ah! Ah!
Caius, the cat leaps at your face and starts trying to eat your hair.
Oh my god.
Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? Ow. Okay. Yeah, he tries to, like, gently
It's holding onto
pry
your
him.
chin and face with its claws.
Yeah, he just tries to, like, hold it at arm's length.
It's already on your face, dude.
Yeah. Just tries to pry it off as gently as possible.
Roll a grapple check.
Roll a grapple check.
Yeah.
Strength, right?
Either acrobatics or athletics.
Yeah, alright, fine. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Dude, what the
Let
fuck?
me roll for cat.
The cat's gonna get higher than the other day.
There's a chance. Nope.
Okay, you managed to like pry it most of the way off your face, and it's just like.
This sucks!
It's just, like, swatting at
He puts the cat down and walks off.
As soon as you put it down, it jumps at you again,
God damn it!
and it's just like on your chest this time, like hanging on with all claws, and just like almost like you ever see like what kids in TV shows where they grab onto the shirt and they're just like pulling back and forth on it, like swing. It's doing that while like screaming in cat the whole time. At one point, as Ashta and Rosalind are walking in, you hear the Jostic just stops and goes, "Hold on," and he picks up this like it looks like just a bag of sand, and then like ties it, goes inside, "Hey, bastard!" and throws the sand at the cat, It hits it, and the cat runs off.
Christ!
And the cat what?
Runs
The cat
off.
runs off.
Runs off.
Oh, you just threw a bag of sand at a cat.
I threw a bag of sand at a cat.
Something magical to happen, like the cat like turns into a puff of smoke or something. No, just it's a cat. You just throw a bag of sand at it.
Just a fucking sandbag. Just sandbag the cat. It's fine.
It looks at you, Kai, and goes, "It scratch you."
A little bit.
Alright, if you turn into a werecat, let me know. He just walks back inside.
What?
He has left you at the front door.
Of course he did.
Anyways, as I was like,
What do you need?
so we were pointed in your direction.
Cut the shit, just, what do you need? What are you trying to hunt? Wrangle, whatever.
Hippogriff,
Tame.
How big?
small one, young.
Rosalind's gesturing with her hands for about how small.
Healthy?
As far as we know.
Eh. Maybe a bit. It's not in the best. We didn't find it in the best condition.
Good. Some of those magic folks will fix it. I assume, traumatized?
Bit. It has last. We handed it off to a friend, but last we saw it, it was still asleep.
Let me guess, you killed its parents?
We probably did, and we also found it in a latrine.
Yeah, they hide there sometimes. Raise it like a dog, you'll be fine. Just a very angry dog that can fly. Yeah.
Any specifications?
Get a good pair of gloves. Treat it right. What do you want me to say? It's an animal.
Just, I guess it's
Try a bag of sand.
there wasn't any special precautions to be taken.
Yeah, no, they don't carry any disease that normal dogs don't carry. Yeah. And their claws are probably sharper, but yeah, you'll live. Probably. Treat it right, raise it right. Smarter than a dog most of the time. Probably smarter than you guys sometimes.
Maybe and he hears like cat noises outside. Maybe some.
Be surprised they're
Christ.
intelligent. Yeah.
Well.
I had got a guidebook if you want, but it's nothing you couldn't figure out for yourself.
We at least take a quick look at it.
Yeah, sure. Walks stay there, and he walks around the corner, comes back with this dusty, unbound stack of papers, hands it to you.
Rosalind will
It's like
take it.
300 pages easily.
All right. Is there a specific section on hippogriffs? Is this a menagerie?
Whole thing.
Well then, she's just gonna start flipping through and scanning for passages that might jump out or section headers or anything.
Go ahead. It's mostly like a more of a biological one. There's parts like if you hunt a hippogriff, here's the parts you want to harvest. If you capture a hippogriff, here's how you have to treat it. If you're trying to tame one, here's the commands you should probably teach it. Stuff along those lines.
Yeah.
Alright.
She'll slow down a little bit for the taming and training bit, and if there's anything specifically on raising from
From youth.
infancy.
It mentions a lot of effectively it's like if you stole it from its parents, here's what you have to make sure you do. If it likes to fly too much, keep it in this kind of area. It's relatively if you thought about stuff for a while, you'd probably get to it. It might be good to have the book on hand for short-term stuff, but nothing too
Potential
complex.
advantage or lower DC, basically.
Lower DC, that's about it.
Remind me, does the book copy or consume
Consume.
other books?
Mm-hmm.
We buy a part of a section off of you.
Why would I want only part of it? No, buy the whole thing. That way I can buy another.
Okay, how much for it?
20 gold.
It's extremely damaged and unbound.
Then don't buy it.
I've seen books that are worth quite a bit less in better condition.
Probably. But if you want to raise a hippogriff easily, it's going to cost you more than 20 gold otherwise. It's an expensive project. Buy it or don't.
If you want any gold at all, we could at least drop it a fair bit lower than 20.
No, it cost me 20 gold to buy it. I need 20 gold to buy it back.
Perhaps we should just try to figure it out ourselves.
Your choice.
We each have like 1,000 gold.
Yeah, but 20 gold for unbound
Yeah.
sheaf of papers. Can I insight this? Is he just trying to pull wool over us?
Go ahead.
19.
Seems pretty blunt. It's like... It's basically a textbook, and textbooks are expensive.
Yeah. But we don't need all of this information anyway. It's half of it.
Sure, we'll just do a quick a quick look over to Thorn.
Alright. Go to Thorn.
Oh wait, are there Fanes still doing the diagnostics right now?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
just
never
use
mind then.
Thorn.
Well, he wasn't going to use his Fane either way, but I was going to say, the suggestion was have your Fane memorize some pages. But if they're doing diagnostics, can't use them right now.
Yeah.
Alright. Ash will just kind of shrug and go, well, if that's the case, then you're right, we could probably figure it out ourselves.
Probably. Or go look at a bookstore.
I suppose.
Well,
Promise you. Probably paying you a better deal.
I suppose if we
Capitalist
get
dwarves.
desperate, we might return, but...
Most people do.
Go. How wide is your breadth of knowledge? Is it just some of the more dealable, or
Well, what's my
You work
purpose? Am I hunting them, raising them, taming them? What?
let's go hunting?
Hunting? Pretty broad. Most things.
Do you know
that,
much about Onis?
Anything that can talk, I usually leave alone, but I do know some stuff, yeah.
Just okay. Outside of Onis, do you have any specializations?
Mountain
Preferred
stuff.
enemies, perhaps?
Yeah. Stuff from the Underdark. Stuff on the mountainside.
He pauses for a sec. I mean this with all due respect. Are you a glimmer?
No? What's a glimmer?
Just making sure.
Alright.
Just a individual.
Look, if you're asking if I swing that way, I'm flattered, but not my style. So.
No. They'll just
Sure,
kept pause and just on talking things.
I think cut out there.
Yeah, you did. Devin, we can't hear you right now.
Hello?
There you are.
There we go. I know the feeling,
Okay.
don't worry.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen to me though, Conrad.
It does.
You don't do much with talking things.
Not usually. At least not the hunting side. You don't get very good meat.
I guess so.
But knowledge about them, how to find them, how to avoid them, stuff like that. How to make a deal with them. Would probably help you.
About the giants in the area past the border.
Which category? I mean, there's a bunch.
What's the most likely you'd find if you were traveling in that area? I guess.
Nearby? Probably stone giants generally. Go a bit further in. Get more of the hill giants, more of the smaller ones, ogres. Ogres are most common, but go south. Fire giants. Every once in a while, you'll find one of the flying ones. If you go all the way up to the ocean, giants under there sometimes.
And so, out of character, they're at war with the giants. Is it all giants, or
It's basically that giants generally come to fuck shit up, so they fight back against giants. It's not a formal war because there's no formal
right?
giant
Yeah, but
government.
I,
It's just when there's a problem, they fight it, and it's commonly known that giants are a common problem.
yeah, just the
It's
some giants are more good aligned in the setting.
Yeah, it's more like almost tribe based.
So
There's this bunch of giants in this area messing with these people. Okay, how do we deal with them?
Yep.
These people, how do we deal with them? It's no formalized war. There's no overall answer that I can give you.
but it's like the assumption that stone giants are more amicable, like storm and stone are more amicable than like hill and fire.
Yeah, generally, the more intelligent they are, the more amicable they are. But just like there's screwed up people, there's screwed up giants.
Yeah, I know. Just basically, he said the possibility for stone giants, the closer.
Yeah, because the little mountains of stone giants are more commonly seen.
Right. Just are stone giants a problem frequently, or are they just kind of a oh hey how's it going, move on?
It's there have been times where there was a bunch of stone giants fighting, and there have been times where there isn't. At the moment, it's generally pretty calm with most giants, but with how things have been changing, it's not easy to answer.
Okay.
Like every once in a while, there's like an organized attack because these groups of giants said, "Hey, we're gonna try to take this over." Every once in a while, they succeed, and then they eventually get fought back. But there's been nothing about stone giants specifically recently.
Just again, is safe in the assumption that it's more dangerous in like fire giant or hill giant territory in terms of something wanting to fuck you up than in like stone giant territory.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's
It's about as equal as you could say as anywhere you're invading the land of.
I get that things vary, but I'm just saying in terms of like alignment stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just kind of anything that isn't a giant in that area.
Animals, creatures that live with giants. They got a bunch of symbiotic large creatures they live with.
Like
Things that eat carrion. Things that eat carrion, boy tugs. Actually, you see hippogriffs and the like a lot. They keep those pets. Not big enough to carry them, of course, but big enough to deal with. Every once in a while, I see a hill giant riding a giant turtle.
really.
Both slow and dumb.
I was under the impression that turtles were thought to be somewhat wise for what they are.
Yeah, when you compare it to other animals, you compare it to a hill giant, they're about even.
Okay. I think I get what you mean. Do we have any other questions?
I don't believe so.
Alright.
In that case, get.
Thank you for your time.
Roll for yourself, are you?
Can I say again?
Devin,
Hello?
roll for yourself.
You're not a werewolf yourself, are you? You asked that
Not
at
that
the
I
beginning.
do you?
Feelings mutual, and he walks out.
You see Kai's slightly teary-eyed, bleeding from a couple scratches on his chin.
Yeah, a few like 3 claw marks across the face.
Yep.
What?
Cat.
I'm guess you look like you lost.
A little bit. was gonna punch a cat. What's wrong with you?
You don't need to punch it to
No.
whatever.
Alright. We have a few hours, I believe, before we have to return to the forge. Is there anything else we should look for, or should we go join the
quick.
festivities?
Real quick.
I want to go join
Guys.
the festivities.
Give me a con save.
What?
Conrad, the amount of fucking curse shit you're throwing at us this session.
Come on.
This is so cursed.
Give me a con save.
Give you a con save.
It might just be cat scratch feet.
4!
Oh!
Thanks, good. I have rabies now. Kaius has rabies now, guys.
No. But you do have a slight infection.
A what?
A slight infection.
Oh no, he's gonna have a fever.
This is...
Is it noticeable at all?
Not immediately.
Alright.
I think I need to go check for infections or something. I don't know if that cat had anything.
And he just kind of like slaps his head.
Yep, infection's cured. Love magic. This is literally why the druids were in charge. Like, this is why they're so powerful. Just saying.
Fuck. Alright, thanks. Thanks.
You also feel like you didn't realize it before, Kaius, but you're feeling a bit foggy mentally. Just a little bit better.
Is it from all the concussions?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey!
Oh yeah, he had
We're
one.
the third grade now.
Ashton just fixed the damage he caused all those months ago.
Not all of it.
No, didn't he have one way back when, and they said they'd get a look at it, and then we never did?
They did it
No.
in like the 4 hours for you guys to march back to the city.
Oh yeah.
Right, but he didn't he didn't have the time to fully recover from that.
Yeah, because it's still a concussion. See, that's Kaius' secret. That's why the Ix don't go after him. His brain is barely functional.
When there's like
It is
20
like a
pounds of
cracked egg in there.
It's
of
like a
pressure,
ball of
and
scar tissue.
his skull's like a propane tank.
Oh,
You
no.
just don't want
Yeah.
to puncture it. It's just not worth it.
Yeah, it's just
It's
under
not
pressure
worth it.
at all times.
Yep.
The atmosphere is too heavy for the X.
That's why he runs so fast, so he can keep his head on his shoulders, because his head is too heavy.
He just like puts head forward,
Hey.
so it's like falling after it. Anyways,
Okay.
Kaius has got a heavy ass head.
it's got a
It's
thick
like an
skull.
orange on a toothpick.
Yup!
Okay.
Okay, so,
Let's go.
head back. Let's check in with Zinnia.
Uh-huh.
See how the disassembly of the corpse is going.
Zinnia is shoulder deep in dragon.
Hmm.
It is pretty gross.
Maybe we'll return once we've picked up what we need to from the forge.
You see the butcher actually his head poke out of the chest cavity of the dragon and goes, "Oh, you're back!"
Oh my god,
Just checking
okay,
in.
that
we
is...
will return again. Xenia,
You sure?
Did-
These extra hands?
if either of these two would like to join, they are free to do so, but I might, she just vaguely gestures in a random direction.
I'm good too.
I'm too depressed. I need to go.
Where are you guys going?
Festivities.
Zinnia, you are covered in blood.
Looking at this,
It is not all red.
looking at this, I think that I'd like to go sit down. I'm gonna do some reading, after all of this and we've cleaned up and everything, then we'll go out and, see how things are.
I want to join in the festivities.
Okay. If you guys want to party,
I'm gonna wait until Xenia's done.
Can I trouble you for a game of chess?
Sure.
I'm finally
the
getting
butcher
that.
waves at you guys with some kind of floppy organ in his hand. To see ya.
is that half an
Oh, God.
intestine?
Oh god.
No, it's been in the spleen.
Oh, that's
God.
cool.
He just hangs
Dragon
out.
haggis.
Dragon hag.
You don't want to try dragon haggis.
Oh.
Dragon
I'll get-
haggis.
I'll get the blood
Dragus.
off me later.
I know
See you guys.
I know Caius's general disposition is if it's green or it breathes, he eats it. But Dragon Haggis is a bit out there for him.
If it's green, you better stay the fuck
Or-
away from Rayla.
And
That's all I'm
it's
saying.
breathing?
If it breathes or it's green, he eats it.
Stay the fuck away from Rayla.
Exactly.
Dragus, no. Okay, okay. We go somewhere. No, not Haggix, no. Let's just go somewhere quiet, out of the way.
Yeah.
Sit down, set up the chessboard, and spend an hour or maybe 2 doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys would basically have 4 hours till Zeni's done.
Okay.
Because dragon disassembly takes a bit of time when you're doing a very good job.
Okay. Dragon chess and maybe sword shield practice. Haven't done that recently.
Where are you guys doing this?
Dude,
Did you
does
still
the
have to find
dwarven family have like a backyard or a front lawn or anything?
Yes, they would. Keep in mind, you just have to find the prince. I don't know if you're waiting just for Zeni to do that.
I'm waiting for the party.
Okay.
For the party, also probably gonna grab the armor.
So,
Yeah, you could basically take their front yard. They don't have much of a backyard.
okay.
Also, we're still waiting on their own diagnostics, right?
Yeah.
Gotta get that done before we can give the prince a check.
All of that. So, yes, we've got 4 hours to kill, and it's going to be chess and sword and maybe something else. I don't know.
Give me 1 hour so I can round it off to a nice 75 of chess.
Gladly. You've got an hour of dragon chess.
Nah, it'd be 2 because you're helping.
Yes, you've got 2.
'Cause I'm mad.
You could bring it up to 80.
Why could I bring it up to 80?
Yes, do 3 hours doubled.
I
You're at
don't.
74. Do 3 hours doubled. You get to 80.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
You might win.
Yeah, let's wisdom.
Oh! Conrad?
Yeah, he's
Roll again.
Is it a draw?
It's a draw. Roll again.
check.
Oh, I didn't mean charisma. I'm sorry. I misclicked. I went over too far. Yes, check. You
Yeah,
won?
he wins the second round.
He's just kind of like he's just doing it. He's like, check. Wait, check.
Wait, that is. No, wait, where was that hiding? I didn't see. Where did that bishop come from?
He's like looking at himself. He's like, I'm not sure. I kind of zoned out there a second.
Told you your brain's better. You hear from your shoulder.
Well,
You zoned out during a chess
I am
game.
proud of you, but at the same time, I'm almost insulted you did that while not paying any attention at all.
I think it might have just been luck.
And she's gonna reach across and flick him on the nose. Just to see if she can.
Deck save.
Probably. It's a dex check to see if she even connects.
Ooh, just barely.
Got him! Definitely zoned out. She's grinning.
And he just like rubs his nose.
So, if you are this distracted, do you think I might have a chance at getting a few hits in?
Yeah, lightly, who knows? Up and switch essence over to a blunted sword.
So,
Alright, guys. Real quick, you got 4 hours. Doing anything?
Do a bit more key training.
Alright. You guys notice as you begin to set up for the sword training, and Caius is doing his effectively just exercises in the front yard. There's a small crowd gathering.
That's 4 hours, right?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes, well-
around us or is it just in general?
They're watching you. You see like a few, especially kids, like coming up and like looking at you guys, whispering to each other. Maybe like 20 people for now.
Hey guys.
As you wave, a couple of the kids kind of like wave back to you guys.
Asher like looks over and just like leans over to us and is like, "Is this a cultural thing I don't know about?"
It's just children who are curious. We're pulling out swords. This is universal. Goodness knows I spent enough time watching guards train in the fields. Just curiosity.
Yeah, like tilts his head and is just like, why,
Why, what?
you watch guards in the fields?
Well, they were practicing. It's, sparring or target practice sometimes, depending.
No, just want to apologize. I didn't think you had as much interest in it. Things happened.
Well, it's, you look for entertainment where you can find it sometimes when you're from a smaller town.
I guess that too. Just, you continually pleasantly surprise me with not being the notion of a noble. If that makes sense.
I suppose that makes sense. Oh, thank you? That is almost backhanded.
It's not meant to. I'm not.
I'm not taking it as such, don't worry.
Just hit me with the sword.
I'll try.
Jesus.
Yes, he doesn't do well. He dodges that without...
Oh.
And he takes a step to the side and just like, harder. Especially with this on.
What?
Like puts his arm out and like kind of like opens and closes the gauntleted hand. It's like, you're gonna have to try a bit harder now.
Oh, as if it wasn't difficult enough.
Think of it as an advancement in your training.
I didn't think I was at a stage 4 advancement, but alright.
Often you don't.
Nope.
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah.
Oh, I think she's
Well,
whiffing.
at
She's
9s
not
and
even-
6, yeah, those are whiffs.
She's not even connecting yet.
Things are like 16 and above,
Yeah, what's
I guess.
10 plus dexterity, probably?
Yeah, so 14 and above
Yeah.
would be
Clank.
for whiffs.
Oh, clank! She clanked.
You're doing better.
She's possibly dropping the shield, though, and that's half of this, so...
Yes. Alright, so,
Hold on. What's your armor class, Ashta?
23.
You can't hit him.
No, I didn't hit him. I'm
No, I know.
clanking.
You can't beat his armor class.
Physically, yeah. I cannot. I've got a +2 to dexterity, and I've got no proficiency bonus in this yet. So she's just kind of battering at the chest plate. She can hit him if she crits.
Yes,
Okay,
true.
there's a 5% chance of her finding some little gap by accident. And doing
Yeah, so
absolutely no
like-
damage.
20 swings.
Probably. Curiosity.
because of
Hey, look, she hit him once in between 2 natural ones. In the next
It's almost
10
like
swings.
he drops the sword, but she picks it up like way quicker than you expect. You catch him on the nose again, and then she immediately drops the sword again.
like it fumbled, but the sword fumbled into his face.
Basically.
Just the flat of it. Smack. Yep.
Ah.
Sorry. And she
What-
drops
the
it.
one when that happens, all the kids cheer.
Yeah. It's the exact same thing as the chest of like, how did that? Where did that come from?
That was not intentional. I wish it was.
It seems to be a lot of that going on recently. Alright, shield up.
Shields up. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, she physically cannot dodge the first or the second. She might the third. Nope.
You killed her.
Just whoosh, shield up, whoosh, shield up.
You see what, like, Rosalind, from the corner of your eye, you see like a small blur as a child comes up to Ash and starts punching his armor and says, "You shouldn't hit girls!"
Oh, actually, yeah, she doesn't have her new armor yet. What am I kidding? Nope. No, it's all right. I'm asking for this. Go on.
He's bullying you!
No, he's not. Go on. We're
He
training.
is!
I think I can make that decision myself.
He's punching Ash in the knee.
It is doing nothing.
She'll kind
You
of
see the
reach
kid's
down.
hands like starting to get like bruised and shit.
She'll reach down with kind of the shield and put it between them and kind of scoop the kid away.
And she's like, "He's being mean! Mom said not to hit girls!"
Well, you shouldn't hit anybody who isn't up for a friendly spar.
But he's hurting you!
No, he's not. I'm fine. Look, see? My nose is a little bit pink, but that's it.
Just looks at Caius and goes, "You're just letting him do this?"
I told Caius to not interfere, and now I'm asking you not to. Go on.
Ash will just like
Back
in his
over.
hand like conjure up the spirit and just like throw it and it just floats over. His nose goes away, so does the bruises on the kid's hand.
Yep, he kind of just looks at you just walks away. And like after you guys go back to training, like 10 minutes later, he comes back with a stick and he goes, "Okay, my turn."
Oh no! Conrad.
This kid's like 6. Damn it, not again!
Yeah! Conrad!
It's not on purpose, I swear. Anyways. He comes back with the stick, he's like, "My turn."
Against who? Me?
Him, what do you mean? I can't hit a girl.
Oh, I can take it.
I don't want to. I want to fight him.
Ash will like kind of like lean like kind of like bends down. It's like,
As soon as you bend down, he throws the stick at your head.
alright. Have him roll for that shit.
Oh my god. I was gonna give him a +4 bonus.
Bullshit, he has a +4 bonus. I'm sorry, sir, but he's 6. You can fuck right off.
He is
Shall I
not
remind you?
proficient in anything.
Shall I remind you? All dwarves are born with certain weapon proficiencies,
Stick.
which
Born
include
with
things
them?
like
Where
Warhammer.
does it say they're born with it?
In the fucking what's it called? The PPG.
Presumably that's a dwarven adventurer.
Yeah, that's the setup for
Right, so
a
it's
dwarven.
it's assumed that they're naturally skilled at it. It's not a cultural thing. It's a race thing because it's not really the background of subclass.
Yeah, still.
Ah.
+4?
I was gonna give him +4, yeah.
What does that break
He's not
down
even level
to?
1.
23.
No, I mean, what does that break down from, like, 2 proficiency bonus?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Two
Two
in strength?
proficiency plus 2 dexterity I was gonna give him because it's a stick.
He's tiny.
Yeah, that's his.
Yes, it's 5 dexterity!
Have you ever actually
It's a
encountered
6-year-old.
the
It's a
dexterity
stumbly
of a
6-year-old.
6-year-old?
Conrad, he didn't roll a 20. Numbers regardless. Ashta is a hardened fucking ranger in full plate.
Yeah, and
This
he wasn't
kid is a
expecting it.
6-year-old throwing a
Whatever,
stick.
whatever, it's fine. It's just I was gonna give him +4. It's not a big deal.
Like,
Sorry, I was gonna give him +4.
Like,
What do you
I'm
want to say?
I'm willing to futz and like have story. No, that is not.
I love the mental image, though, but the numbers just don't seem to fit.
Yeah, like, what's his strength then? Because, like,
Like 10.
So he's got average strength for a full-grown adult.
No, it's average, just straight for like a kid. Or
Average.
relatively strong for a kid.
That's average strength for a full-grown adult. There is no 6-year-old in the world that is just as strong on average as the... What? What did you say?
Bronwyn.
I don't know, even Bronwyn. I don't care. Bronwyn is not arm wrestling Engel into submission. Not as a 6-year-old.
Although I would love to see that. Anyways,
I can see it maybe
Moving
once
on.
she starts getting like 13 and getting some leverage on her.
You know what? Here. He catches the stick. Does his best to. Whatever.
yeah, so
He's down.
it's smacked in the head with the stick.
He doesn't flinch.
He goes, there, now they're even.
He just looks over and it's like, you know, I appreciate your gusto.
I don't know what that word means.
Vigor, spirit, bravery.
Ah, bravery, that one.
But, you know,
But,
protect others.
sorry.
But,
You cut out a little bit there, Devin. You know, protect others. What?
it's good to protect others.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
But make sure it's ones who need it. Rosalind there can handle a lot. She just came back from fighting a dragon, you know.
Well, yeah. But you shouldn't have to.
Why not?
Why should anyone have to? You looked like you were bullying her. So, I fought back.
We don't have to, we choose to.
Shrugged. Look, all I know is that you're a big meanie in a big tin suit, beating on a girl with no armor and a shield.
Ah. I actually have magic as armor. And she'll kind of turn off and turn on the mage armor of shadows thing, and maybe there's a visual effect with it.
It, like, taps the sword against the chest and there's, like, the, like, stopping of it.
He goes, well, you could have just said that, and he just walks away.
Well, he has some good idea, but a little bit misguided.
I've never been good with kids, and he just kind of, like, gets up. Rayla's the closest, and even then she doesn't like me very much.
Rayla?
Small things, sorry.
What gives you the impression Rayla doesn't like you?
Because he's a big meanie.
Is that from Rayla?
He,
From inside the suit, you
Noise.
hear it.
yeah, rings out like a squirrel in a tin can.
Pretty much.
Puts his hand out like, there you go.
Well, I don't think you're a big meanie.
Yeah, you're right, he's a little
Just
shit.
like in through the nose.
Or that.
Rayla says that out through the mouth. Alright. Fine. Have a few more swings.
Oh no. No, you're using
You're
magic
such
and
a
that's
dick.
cheating. Using magic on yourself is definitely cheating.
I have no idea what you're talking about. He just kind of like puts the hand
as
forward.
you like vibrate.
Alright, fine then. Click to thing. There it is. My stupid warlock spells seem to be automatically asking me for levels instead of autocasting, but whatever, that one doesn't matter. So yeah, there's now like 4 Rosalynds, and she's gonna do the few more swings and finish up the training for... Are we doing an hour or 2?
Up to you.
I don't get a nice even number either way, so... Because I get
Even
to
with
double
multiple?
these, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess the question is how much do you want to spend on something else then?
If I do 2, I've only got 1 hour
Because we have
left.
4.
Yeah. We've already used 1 on chess. I'd probably
Or
use
anything.
the
It's
last...
the question of 1 or 2.
I'd used the last bit of time on enchanting kit training. I'm not really near a threshold for it, though. So, let's call it 2.
All right.
And she
Throw
goes,
out some faster swings.
Of course he does, of course he does. Yep. Yeah, hang on, duplicate D20, 6 or higher to change it to a duplicate. You hit a duplicate, you, probably hit Rosalind with her current armor class, and then you hit a duplicate, and they go poof poof, so there's only like yeah, there's 1 duplicate left with Rosalind.
Alright.
He puts his hands in. Your turn.
Oh, that's how we're... You know I can't hit you.
With that attitude, no, you can't.
She can only attack once per turn anyway.
Hmm.
So you are a freaking blender and she's trying to keep up. I'm getting very frustrated.
And I think we'll leave the training there.
Yep, okay.
Xenia,
Xenia.
the inside of this dragon is horrible to look at.
Yes.
So imagine if you took, there's this fibrous film over top most of the organs in the chest cavity, and it's just pure black.
Oh,
When you look at it, when the butcher looks at it, when people touch it, it doesn't seem to have any effect on them. It doesn't affect you in any way. But it is disgusting.
Disconcerting.
No, it is outright disgusting. The smell is almost unbearable.
I just meant in Fane terms, but
they'll,
Well,
they'll
the
try
fans
and like
sometimes.
they'll try and separate it into like a different just its own separate little jar, like big jar of thing that they've been storing the blood in.
It's basically like a what's it called? It's pretty much a bucket or a barrel.
Yeah.
And the butcher like questions like why you try to keep it, but he does as you ask.
We're taking as much of this as we can use, and I can study this a little bit.
All right, looks diseased to me, but yeah, you're all right. He puts it away, and you've got a barrel full of diseased dragon organ or diseased
Nice.
dragon muscle. But you learn a lot about how to take apart a dragon. So the time you get here is also doubled because you have the help. So you can put 16
Okay.
hours towards that if you want.
Okay. Were there any hours from the dragons in the like just that one part of doing the leftover dragon?
Oh yeah,
plots?
true. I completely forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd probably be able to get another 4 or 5 hours from that. Go with
Okay.
4.
Alrighty, cool. An entire dragon and a lot of blood.
And you basically get it sectioned out for you. Most everything that isn't added, it's because it was broken in some way through the fighting, or for something before that which you wouldn't be able to know the difference of. You can see a pretty significant injury in the tail where the lightning came from above before.
Okay.
But there's little arrow holes in the hide, broken scales everywhere. It's where most of the 18% that you guys don't get comes from. And of course, the head is detached. So that's where you got most of the blood from.
Okay.
When you get to like the spinal column, leading up to the head before where it ends.
Yep.
the nerves. You're not sure what nerves of a dragon are supposed to look like, but these cannot be right. Because if it was, it would mean the spinal column is not surrounding the nerves. It means the nerves is surrounding the spinal column. Something
Ooh.
is fucky there.
Yep, taking that part out and putting it with the brain.
Yeah. Well, the brain's just with the head, but yeah.
Yeah. But trying to like keep those parts near each other, just like, okay, Horser needs this and Dev needs this.
Give me sleight of hand for that. Because that is incredibly delicate.
Okay, can I use guidance for that or no?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, 13.
Yeah. They kind of like come apart, like noodles have been in water for too long in your hand. But the longest piece is probably about 3-4 inches. But you have a lot of spine to work with. It's a pretty good amount. So it'll probably be useful.
Alrighty.
Yep, but you section it off, put it in a jar. More fancy parts. And the last oddity of this thing is... Oh, John, you got a
John.
bit of background noise there.
Yeah, sorry. Just a bit of background noise.
Yeah, just put it in a quick mute for now.
You can mute yourself.
Yeah, no problem.
The last oddity for this dragon is when you get to pretty much the center of the chest in the breastbone. There's this shard of obsidian. It looks like.
Ooh.
Just looking at it, everything in your body tells you that that is not healthy. And the butcher just goes, "Oh, what's this?" And he goes to touch it.
No.
And he goes, "What?
That's not good.
I mean, it just looks like a piece of shrapnel to me."
Is it the same feeling that Xenia gets with Ix, or?
It's pretty damn similar. You would need the Fane to be awake to tell that for sure, but
But it's similar.
it's reasonable to assume. And you know that the thing that came out of the dragon looked like it was made of obsidian.
Would Xenia know whether or not it'd be safe if people who don't have Fane touch something that has like Ix with it, or it'll fuck that guy up?
Roll a... You have proficiency with either history or arcana?
I have proficiency with both.
Pick one and roll it.
Okay. 20.
Alright, D4.
24!
Right. Alright, so, you know that Fane in general, Fane or X, either way, they are capable of possession. The Fane do it consensually, the X do not. You don't know if something related to them would be equally as dangerous. It's up to you if you want to risk that or not, though.
That's not safe to touch.
I mean, I got some pliers here.
Yeah, just don't let it touch you.
Don't think
Yeah,
about
sure
it
thing.
too hard.
I'm stepping back. I'm sorry, I
No,
don't want
it's alright. You're the magic one, I'm just a butcher. And he
careful.
basically takes... Yep. And he takes, the forceps. And he... Very large forceps. And kind of wiggles it out of the breastbone. Which you can see, after he does, it's easy enough to remove, and he kind of puts it in a twice sealed lead box for you.
Thank you so
maybe-
much.
The shard is maybe the size of your outstretched hand.
Oh god, okay. Okay.
But looking at the breastbone where it was implanted, you can see the little blood vessels inside the bone are pure black. And they kind of look like the slurry in texture.
Ooh.
But otherwise, you take apart the dragon. You can go ahead and mark those 3 items in your inventory if you'd like.
Lead
obsidian.
box.
The shard, the spinal column. Where's one more? What was the last? And the fiber from the inside.
Where's the fiber from again? Is
The
it
chest
from
cavity.
Yeah, the chest cavity fibers. Okay.
Around the obsidian.
It goes down to maybe where the navel would be on a human in ratio, but it's mostly behind the rib cage.
Oh, okay.
Can you tell I've done too many dissections?
Yeah.
Come on, it's been a while since you did something gross.
That was it.
Say,
Wasn't
like
like
it's a
gross,
bad
gross.
thing.
That was good, gross.
This is useful gross.
Yeah, sciencey gross.
Right.
Can we get to the prince?
Yep. I will say we'll start that at the beginning of next session,
Okay, yep, that's what I was.
Party.
because I would like Sky to be here for that.
Yes. Sounds good. Okay.
So, unless you guys have any last minute things,
We
I
go
think we're good.
pick up our stuff.
I messaged it before, but Caius, could you help me with an hour of training from that 4 hours?
Kais, as a reminder, you are currently muted.
Yeah, class will help him out with that.
All right, thank you. It's a small thing, but it's a nice, like, we have extra time.
Yeah.
We'll get from it, but
That's what the training is. So,
in between the other training stuff too.
all right. So, I believe we'll leave it with there, with the dissection of a dragon and the seeds of the Ix.
Oh boy. Okay, then I'll go ahead and end the recording here.
Yeah.
See
Alright.
y'all later.
Yeah, next time.